Shut up and sit down.
Boom.
Yes, folks. Yes, folks. We needed to breathe there. We're a bit late. Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the Friday Frolic with me, Festa 67's workshop, and him, the model making GNU. Yes,
Hello.
folks. Yes. So we're going to be doing our usual inane talking. Oh, I had to think twice there before I said it. Talking drivel, sir. I've got to be careful with how can we say YouTube? Yeah, YouTube. And we're going to tell you off Festa. Yeah, yeah. I got told off, mate, for linking and all of that lot. The usual terms and service stuff. So yeah, they told me off. I got a wrist slap off YouTube, folks. Yeah.
You don't know talent when they see it.
No, exactly, mate. There's no benefits in this, is there, mate? Anyway, if you'd like to help support this channel whilst I'm out of YouTube jail, feel free to go over to patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, or click the join button below, or click the $sign to super chat. Yes, folks. Talking about the groovy gang and all the supporters out there. Just going to have a quick looky-kins in the chat just to see who we've got in saying hello. There's my wall of text at the beginning, which is all the links to your tabletop gaming places that are affiliates of mine. You can save a few quid there by clicking on any of them for your tabletop needs. You can also become a mate of mine on Scale Mates and go and peruse me stash and all of that lot. So hit me up on there. Marcus is in waving, saying good evening. Good evening, Marcus. How are you, my friend? LWM modelling, please return all seats to the upright position and stow your trays and fasten your seat belts. We'll be landed in 20 minutes. Yeah, it's going to be a crash landing with us two pillocks, mate.
In the event of a depressurization, the masks will drop down.
Yeah, the masks may drop down, did you, mate? Yeah, there you go.
Exits to the left and to the right.
LWM is in, says Festa. Hello, mate. How you doing? Fox is in. Evening Twiglets. Hello, Fox. Don't know why I'm doing that and waving, because he's sat just there.
Hello, you there.
Our very own model-making Carl Sagan is in, folks. Yes, Jeff, Candygram for Mongo is joining us, mate.
A Googleplex is precisely as far from infinity as the number 1. No matter what number you have in mind, infinity is larger still.
There you go.
That wasn't a very good impression, that.
With these obligatory Festa icons and GNU icons. And if you've got a channel logo, folks, that you would like as a little emoticon in there, hit me up, send me a copy of it, or I'll go to your channel and copy it. And with your permission, I'll give you your own emoji. So why not? Speedy Q8 is in. He of the Bob Ross model making voice. Soothing. Speedy Q8 is in, folks. Hey up, I thought I'd join you for a bit this evening on account of not being asleep as usual. Hope you chaps are well. What he's saying, Fox, is he's tuned in because I've got that voice that uniquely sends Speedy to ZZ Land, mate.
Yeah, you're like just a brown noise machine.
I am. So by all means, Spid, mate, if I help you get your eyes closed, mate, my work is complete, mate. And don't forget, folks, pop over to his channel and share the love and go and watch him do his watch-making stuff where he's stripping watches down and tinkering to get all these things working again. It's brilliant. He's our very own Bob Symes, isn't he?
Yeah. Tinker.
Absolutely. Bobbins is in saying hello. Hello, Bobbins. How are you?
Bobulons.
Peaches is in. Got to think of a new name, haven't we? Because it's a new month now, so Peaches needs a new name. So there you go. Jeff says, Sasha, there you go. Jeff says, not bad at all. He says, hoping the same for you to Speedy, yes. James is in. He says, hi, Colin, Fox and chat. Festa Hugs and Fox Hugs. Hello, James, how you doing? Jeff Light is in, saying hello, Cole, Fox, and everyone in chat. Hello, Jeff, how are you, mate?
Jeff.
Love to you, and a big hug for Maggie.
Yep.
Excuse me. Speedy says he's old and tired. I'm being worked too hard. Otherwise, he's doing great. Oh, bless you. No, he's only a youngster, and he's only a pup.
I'm sure he's only about like 5 or something, isn't he?
I think he's 7 now, isn't he, Spiddy?
Oh, okay, he's not old.
You know, he supervises us when we go scrumping because me and you have a habit of falling out the tree, don't we, mate?
Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Isn't that what trees are for?
Absolutely. PJ's in, says, evening, Colin, Fox, and everyone in chat. Hello, PJ. How you doing, mate?
Hey,
Lovely
Paige.
to see you in. Jason Martin is in, saying hello, guys. Hello, Jason.
Hello,
How
Jason
are you,
Martin.
mate? Nice to see you. To see you, nice. As is Donald McKenzie saying hello. Good evening, Donald. Long time no see, mate. Hope you're keeping well, buddy. Lovely to see you in. Don't forget, folks, as well, Belly, bench, beverage and bickies. What's in your belly? What is on your bench? What is your beverage of choice? And if you've got bickies, what are you having? Or we could have we could have nibbles as well. But
belly
all the bees works, doesn't it? So
Yeah. Otherwise, you'd have to make them all with nibbles, and it'd get very complicated.
Everyone's saying hello to each other there. Spiddy says, I can feel my lids drooping already, Coltar. It was on a windy day that young Spiddy went up the mountain for a soothing camping session.
Camping session.
Yeah, got this image now. I think I'd tiptoe through the tube.
That sounds like something completely different.
Absolutely. Wolf Ritchie says hello to everyone. Hello,
Hey,
Wolf. How you doing, geezer? Lovely to see Peaches, or Sasha now, says, sounds a lot like I worked down Spearmint Rhino. Well, I've heard you're the only person who can get the tassels to spin in opposite directions, mate. That's a skill.
That is a talent.
That's a skill. What he does with the third tassel, I'm not even going to discuss on air.
No, and just remember, if you ever meet him in real life, don't take your bank cards with you, because you'll come back with no.
It's like walking towards a car wash with everything spinning at you. So I hear, and allegedly. LWN says, Belly, now been doing an impression of a Walter Cannon for 3 days. Bevy, Walter, see previous. Oh, bless you, mate. Bench, Big Boy Loco in 87 scale. Get well soon, mate. I'll be feeling a bit better shortly, mate, because, you're a mate, and we don't like people feeling unwell. Spiddy's creasing up because he's now, Could you imagine Spiddy as a Morris dancer? I think he'd be mint at that.
Wait, what? Where did that come from?
I've got no
more
idea.
random
I've got
than
this
I care to
image
admit.
now of you, Ted, Chris and Spiddy doing Morris dancing.
Where did this come from? I mean, I know I can make random associations sometimes, but that's.
Mate, I had a dream one night where you was doing the old Lederhosen dance for some reason. You just popped up in the middle of nowhere, and I'm like, hey, what's that all about?
That's very disturbing. Mama Wolf said last night she dreamt that she was trying to get upstairs to the loo, but all these sprouts were getting in her way.
There are many, many tins of sprouts in your manor, aren't there, mate? Bobbin says, Belly Bolognese, bench finishing even, the Tobias Sky Raider. Sasha's got tomato and bacon pasta with garlic bread. Bench nothing, as I'm having a move round. Bevy, cherry coke and Bic. Skits, he says, what's that? Neon got caramel, or none should that be? Got caramel. Yeah, he's having a typing moment, and he got caramel Easter egg instead. Yeah, he's having a chocolate rush, isn't he?
I think the caramel one is the one that they brought out this year that all the supermarkets ordered a whole mess of and nobody bought.
H did her usual. She went down after Easter, mate, and just bought job lot after job lot of Easter eggs on the cheap, mate.
Yeah.
She's brilliant, she is.
I didn't buy any this year.
Yeah, she's there beating the devil out of them in the kitchen to crush them all down. She puts them in little pots in the fridge. She goes, when you've been good, you can have yourself a bit of chocolate. I'm like 5 all over again, mate. It's like, Mum,
Does she melt them all down into little...
Yeah.
Oh, you could get a whole bunch of shot glasses, melt the chocolate down and make little chocolate
mate,
shapes.
yeah. I'm like,
Ooh, yeah.
bless her. Yeah, I've been good, she says. You could have some chocolate. I'd love being 5.5. I really do.
It's good. When do you get the jelly?
Mothered. Absolutely.
When do you get jelly?
So that's the chat done. So how are you, mate, and how's my mum? That's the most important thing. How's my mum?
Yeah, you don't care about me.
I don't
Mama
care
Wolf is
about
fine.
you, no. You're just garnish, mate.
Mama Wolf, that's quite a nice compliment, actually. I quite like being garnish. Wasn't he in? Didn't he play that? Never mind.
Yeah. Alf Garnish.
No, I was going to say, didn't he play that like guy with the cowboy boots and the detective? Never mind, I can't remember the name of it now. Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. That joke died a death, mate, didn't it?
Yes. Who am I again? Who are you? What am I doing here? Yes, Mama Wolf is fine. She's had a busy last couple of weeks because she's had lots of hospital appointments this last couple of weeks. So she's been having a good old trips back and forth. She's got a new wheelchair and she quite likes it.
Yeah. Of course, you've had the pressure of taking Mum out in public with all her inappropriateness that she can get up to.
I know. Well, we do a thing every day. I do a thing every day to do a little sort of secret memory test. You know, like you like to make things. So I always say to her, "What's the word of the day?" And it's usually a rude word.
Yeah.
So I says to her, "What's the word of the day?" And she went, "It's such and such." I said, "Right, you have to keep saying that in the back of the ambulance now, because we get passenger transport. She gets in the ambulance.
Yeah.
To go to the hospital. You have to sit in the back of the ambulance. And if there's somebody else in there, like another passenger, just sit there saying it." And she went, "No, I can't do that." I said, "Go on, come on, maybe."
Go on, say it, Mum. Say it.
Yeah. So no, she's been good this week. Lots of medical stuff. But other than that, not much to repeat. I've done very little this week. I've not done anything from last week on the Skaven. I've had a bit of Xbox time, and that's about it, really. I've just been doing some other stuff around the house.
Same here, mate. Took a week out. First week of the month. I aim to recharge my batteries now. First week of the month. So I've literally, yesterday was the first day I got back to the bench and did a bit of airbrushing. So that's what I did yesterday. But I was only in here about an hour or so yesterday, and then that was it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Xbox came out. It's like, yeah, I'm going to do that instead.
You still playing your hunty game?
I am. Thoroughly enjoying it, mate.
Cool.
Oh, mate, I did proper Chuck Norris sniping, mate.
Oh, really? What
Yeah,
you mean?
remember
like
I said to you how irritating it is when the geese keep flying around above your head corking? I spun round with my gun and shot it in motion, mate. Proper Steven Seagal style. And yeah, this goose just plummeted, mate. I was like, get you some of that. Yeah. I was done cooey noises.
Well, no, because I can understand that, because I did something very similar. I was playing Far Cry 4. And if you've played Far Cry 4, anybody out there, you know that the eagles are a nightmare. Because you can be happily walking along, la, 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 and the next thing you know, you've got an entire eagle in your entire field of view. It's just an eagle on your face.
All right.
So this one attacked me, and I was like, I don't think so. Pop, one shot from my rifle, it was straight down. I was
Get in.
That was cool. Because normally they're a nightmare to try and hit.
So, yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Not as impressive as yours, but...
Hey, mate, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's all Peach's fault.
Although when you said a Chuck Norris sniping them, what, you're throwing the bullets at them and it kills them.
Yeah. Yeah, I just looked at it and it fell out the sky.
Yeah, he just gave it a stern look and it was like, I'll just give up now.
Yeah, it's one of them Paddington hard stairs, wasn't it? It's like,
yeah, it's there going, right, you are. Fair enough. Blech, dead.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I've been up to. Nothing spectacular, just chilling out, mate.
Nothing wrong with that, buddy. Nothing wrong with that at all. Where the hell was that?
Nice little chillaxing week.
Yeah.
I was saying to Fox before we came on air, it's surprising how quick the time shot past. Because I was like, oh, I've got a whole week of just doing nothing. Oh, I can do all of nothing and just chill. And it's like,
before you know it.
Sat there thinking, is it Friday? Better put a frolic up.
You're like, oh, school holidays are finished already.
Yeah, it was so quick. I haven't done my homework yet.
Yeah, that's usually the way it was. How the hell does this armour work?
So, yeah, for those that are interested, I am doing a little bit more work on a Goliath, is what I'm painting. One of them bad boys.
Ooh, yeah, so I do like the some of the Gene Stealer vehicles. They are kind of epic.
Yeah, just going around doing the detail job, and I'm doing the top variant there. So, yeah, the box art's a little bit lighter than mine, but yeah kind of. Yeah, I went for the multicolour Fedrician greys, Fang and Rust greys. And I'm at that itty-bitty stage now of doing all the emergency buttons and cables and all of that. So many hours of fun.
Oh, yeah.
I better start painting it because I've kind of neglected doing it. And yeah.
Yeah. That is the bane of all of us. We all have so many projects that are halfway through.
Yeah, and it's like, really?
But that's the best way to do. If you feel a bit of ennui with the project, just stop and go and do something else. Don't force it. Don't carry on. Just stop.
Yeah.
Until the urge takes you again. There's no point, trying to force it. It never works.
I always have more than one project on the go.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I say, not every day you feel like building.
No. Sometimes you want to paint. Sometimes you want to build.
Yeah. I was doing Doof Wagon last week. I got a little update on it, actually. I might as well, because it's not been forgotten. It's just I wanted to paint tonight.
Doof Wagon, it's a big thing.
That's the stage it's at now. It's got its It's got its spikes, it's got its cab, it's
Spike.
got its rump spikes. So that's the stage it's at now. So,
That's the kind of truck that the Alpine Popman would have delivered pop in the 1970s if it was an post-apocalyptic Popman.
yeah, I just need to now dry fit all of the
Gubbins.
speakers on and that to work out where all my scaffolding and brace tubes and all of that lot need to go. So yeah.
Brace tubes.
So yeah, it'll make a comeback at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I fancy doing a bit of painting tonight. Yeah, carry on.
Talking of you in 3D prints, I have a question to ask you. Just a real simple question, because you know about these things. Where is it?
Oh yeah, because I'm a real simple man.
I ordered myself from a place that does the things a pilot for my 1/18 scale D'Agostini X-Wing. You know, I finished the part work.
Hold up a minute, I just want to contemplate this. Did you just say X-Wing and finished?
Yeah, I did it weeks ago. I've not filmed anything, but I just got it. I was like, you know what, I'm
going to do it. I know, but
It's...
I'm just doing this for the audience's benefit because we've all enjoyed the saga of the X-Wing.
Yeah, it's. I had to basically when I finished it, I had to find somewhere to put it, and that involved throwing 30 years worth of CDs away.
Yeah.
So, well, not throwing it, but putting it in the recycling, so sort of the people can have them. It's like really.
Yeah.
So I had to basically rebuild the entire house. But anyway, it doesn't come with a pilot, or at least I didn't have the highfalutin version that comes with the pilot, and their pilot figure's a bit cack anyway. So I ordered this little thing from 3D Falcon Parts, I think they're called.
Oh, right, yeah.
So you've got the pilot, there's a control stick, there's a clear piece of resin for his visor, and there's decals for the helmet. And I wanted to ask you, the first thing I'm going to do is the clear piece for the visor is frosted, so I'm just going to cut a piece of clear acetate or something.
Clear acetate, replace it, yes.
Make my own. But I wanted to ask you, when I cut this guy off his little supports...
Yes.
You probably can't see on camera, but there's no layers in it, but there's that very slight... You can almost see like fingerprint texture to it. Like, it's got the very fine layers.
Yes.
So you probably can't see it in real life, but when you prime it and paint it, it might come up.
Yeah.
So what's the best way to very gently sand these things? Or can I just give it a brush with some alcohol and it'll smooth it all off? Or
you can try a bit of IPA, but what I tend to do is I brush over it with, to me, a white cap.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And then I let that dry, and then I run over that with a buffer.
Just to smooth it?
Just to smooth it. That's all I do, mate.
Yeah, give it a texture.
Yeah. All you're doing, basically, is you're putting the glue over the lines. You could use a resin glue, the UV glues you get, where you could just flick a UV light on it. That'll do. Just brush it over it, mate.
I mean, it's not like you could... It looks like a kind of wood grain. It's very, very, very fine. It's not like the old days where you used to have visible steps.
No. It's a lot finer than a fingerprint, but it's there. You know it's there.
It's almost visible. Yeah. If you did need dry brushing, it would.
Yeah. That's all I do is basically I treat it like I would a panel seam. I just brush over it. A little bit of, to me, a white cap. Let that dry, and then I buff it.
Do you buff it just to key that shiny glue surface?
Oh yeah, just to key it so that when you put the primer on, it's got something to
sticks. Yeah, because it's quite a nice print. This, there's not a lot of creasing detail, which is going to make it hard to paint, which is a bit of a pain. And the straps kind of disappear around his shoulder, so I'll have to add some straps to him. But it's not a bad figure.
Yeah. There's more than one way to do it. I'm sure other people have got their preferred way of doing it, but that's what I tend to do, and it's not let me down yet. So.
Well, I thought I'd ask you because you know about these things and I have no knowledge about these things.
I know nothing, mate. Don't go saying things like that because people will think I'm trying to be an expert.
You know at least 3 things about 3D printing.
Yeah.
Don't deny it. At least 3 things.
Don't tell everyone. I've got a bad reputation to keep going.
I've lost my tube. See what's happened now? I've lost my tube.
Tubes.
I lost my brush tube.
All the tubes. So many tubes.
Yeah. La 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 la. No. Right, where's my tube? I hate losing tubes.
I've got a bag of them that I acquired. I don't know where I got them from, but
I spent ages today looking for my bag of brush tubes. And then I realised right in front of me there's a little tray on the thing here that says brush tubes. I'll have to go and get one. Let me move the microphone and then I'll unlock it.
Jeff's going, oh, the return of the Goliath. I have got so many projects going on, Jeff, that I need to pull me thumb out me bum and just get on and get them done, mate. And that's my conscious decision this year, is to get all my little side projects
flashing
finished.
About.
Yeah.
Just get on with it. I think we all suffer from that, don't we, in a way, to a certain degree.
Yeah, it's not a deliberate thing that I forget projects. It's just I get easily distracted, and it's like, oh, box shiny. Let's open that and start building that. And before long, I'm surrounded by partially built models, and it's like, oh dear, getting out of hand again.
Yeah. It's like me. It's like I'll be halfway through a build perfectly happy, then I'll look up above my cupboard and see all those white Forge Wheel boxes, and then all the enthusiasm for whatever I'm working on will just vanish into thin air.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I built my Forge Wheel ages ago, so...
Yeah, because now I'll be like, oh, I'm in the middle of this, but now I want to build my Killburster tank or my whatever it is, you know.
But now I've got that. Yeah, I need to paint all of these and get all the things painted.
All the things.
So, we'll get there. Okay. Colour relay. They're saying yellow, but that don't look right to me. Do.
Don't look right to me.
There you go. Get rid of that off of there.
I'm just painting. I've done all the base skin colours on these Skaven.
Oh, right, yeah.
So now I'm painting the clothing, which is basically one item of red, like the upper or the lower, one item of probably a grey colour perhaps, and then metal armour and a few leather straps and bits and bobs and a few wraps, and that's about it really. So I'm still just doing painting in the base colours at this point. And just the other day, as I feared, just as I start doing my first ever Skaven box set that includes all these clan rats, Games Workshop say, yep, all these models are going out of production now.
Not always the way.
Well, they're going to replace them with newer models, but it's like, So at least they're not going out of the game. Some of the models they're stopping doing, and they're just not going to be in the games anymore.
Yeah.
But these, they're going to be they're just going to have replacement models. It's like, really?
Yeah, it's not really.
Oh, well.
I suppose it's up to them what they do, but it's just frustrating, like you say, because you just get into doing stuff and they go and change it up again. It's like, really?
Yeah. Well, a lot of the models, like I say, they are taken out of the game, and you won't be able to play them in competition games anymore. You can play them in non-competition games.
Jason's got an interesting question. He says, have you guys ever just got so done with a build that you just throw it away? I've never thrown a kit away, mate. However, I have parked builds on the shelf of shame until I get my mojo back. We both came very, very close with the Stompers, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we had to put them to one side because we started to hate them. Almost as much as PJ hated them, which is a whole different story.
I thought you were going to say we started to hate them almost as much as PJ then. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Harsh.
I don't know. PJ.
Yeah, them Stompers. I did. This is going back to when I was a late teen, though, so it's not. I did mostly paint a Voyager once.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Going back to when I was 19 or 20. And never really finished it, and then eventually I was clearing out my room and it just kind of got thrown away, because by that point I'd moved away from the hobby for a while, so I was like, I'll just throw it out.
Yeah, we all go through a stage, don't we, where we're like, yeah.
But that's the only one I've ever thrown away that I hadn't finished, I think. And probably a couple of others that I never finished back in the early 90s and then abandoned when I got back into the hobby, 10 years ago.
Right,
so kind of doesn't really count. I did, actually, no, I have done one there in this recent era. I started painting the Federation Runabout Yangtze Kiang.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, I just kind of just got bored halfway through, and I ended up giving it away as a prize for someone else to have, and they can, you can win it, and it's half painted, and you can finish it yourself if you want.
Yeah. Oh, nice one. Jeff has put in a $10 super chat. A few drachmas, he said, for the replacement of shop supplies. Cheers. He said, thank you, Jeff. Honestly, mate, you don't realise how appreciated it is, mate. It really does help me out massively, mate. So a big thank you, Jeff, as always, mate, because,
And don't forget, like we've said many times before, a festa is not just for Christmas. It's for life.
Now I'm really worried for them all because, you've put that fear of the devil into them all now. I could hear snoring. I think Spiddy's fell asleep.
Wow. Zed.
Yeah. Directly does chug-chug noises like Ive or the engine when he's asleep.
Actually, if you think about it, he does sound a bit like Jones Die Station, doesn't he?
Yes.
Because he's got that kind of like voice. Die Station always had that. I can't explain it. It's kind of a throaty voice. Very brown voice.
Yeah.
I know what I mean.
You know what
Nobody
you
else
mean.
does.
That's all that matters, mate.
Nobody else knows what I mean. I need to tidy that up because I've gone a bit askew.
Got a green button to go on top of there.
What grey was that? What number is this? This is 7.
Oh, look at me.
Number 7 was... I wrote down all my colours like a good boy.
Oh, I'm proud of you, you know.
That's for Lord Croak.
I grow up
Big
so
book.
quick.
I've got a big book, you see, a big book with words in it.
You're a big book.
But that's not where I wrote about my Skaven.
Speedy says, still awake. I'll stay awake to hear what noises I make and let you know. Good man.
It's my little book. It's my little Canadian book.
Oh.
Somebody gifted me, and I can't remember who gifted me that, but it's been invaluable for many things. 7 is Storm Vermin Fur. There we go. Storm Vermin Mechanica Standard Grey.
A little bit of yellow on there.
LWM says, Festa going to be down your neck of the woods in June, so if you feel a disturbance in the force, it's just me.
Yep, no worries, mate. I'll alert the local authorities.
Yep. Get the local constabulary on hot standby. Oops, that's far too thin.
Yeah, why not?
So what are you doing? Are you building or painting? I can't see my screen.
I'm doing a bit of building, a bit of painting, mate.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know, at the beginning when I said I am going to carry on painting my Goliath, you wasn't paying attention, was you, dear?
I was probably reading the chat or something.
No, you weren't. You didn't. Behave yourself. Yeah, I'm doing detail painting on the Goliath, mate, because it's not going to paint itself, is it?
No. I mean, it could, but that, given quantum mechanics, it theoretically could, but it would take a long time to get to that point.
Exactly. So
wait, it's not really worth it.
I thought I better pull my thumb out and yeah.
It does look good. You've done a good job on that Goliath so far. It does look good.
Oh, thank you.
You can't ever say that like Gene Steelers is a bad choice because it's all industrial and it's all like worn and used. It's great. Yeah. You can't go wrong.
Nice, simple paint job for a nice, simple man.
Mm-hmm.
no, I've enjoyed doing it, to be honest with you. It's been one of them little builds. Si sent me this, our good friend Si Reynolds sent me this a while back, along with a box of goodies, and it's one of those. I built it, and I just needed to get my head around the paint scheme and how I wanted to blend it all, because even in that short time since I've had it, I've changed up a lot of how I paint. So,
Oh yeah.
and I think the wait has been a bit worth it for me, because I have enjoyed doing it a lot more. So, it's like anything, we all change how we paint things every now and then, just to keep our palettes wetted, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah.
I mean, I've got projects that I've got halfway through, and like, if I went back to it now, I couldn't even remember how the hell I did what I've done.
Yeah. I was doing that with the Labour Rust the other day. I'm like, how did I do that again? I had to start watching the video, because for the life of me, I can't remember.
Yeah.
That's the trouble when you leave a build, you forget the techniques you was doing at the time. And it's always more difficult to go back to a build and blend everything in without it showing where you left off originally. And
yeah, that's the one thing I've come to realise over the years, is that I've always said that I'm a lazy model and I'll just stick to the same thing. I'll just do what I know and stick to that and stuff.
Yeah.
But in reality, I'll stick to what I know until I find an easier way to do it, and then I'll do it that way, and then I'll change again. And I was thinking the other day about how far I've actually come in terms of stuff I do now that I didn't used to do before, and stuff I don't do now that I used to do.
Yeah, I've got a few Shell Queens over there that I started painting. I can remember at the time you was saying, oh, you never seem to finish a build. And I said to you at the time, it's because I haven't learned how to do that yet with a brush. So I'm going to leave them all there until I'm more comfortable that I'm happy with the technique. And that's what I've done, and I can now go back to them builds because I've learnt the technique.
Yeah.
You've got to feel comfortable with your painting. If you don't feel comfortable, you're going to nerf it up. And
or you're going to just avoid the new thing and just stick to something else.
I mean, all right, you can put it in detail, but, you know, when you've put a lot of hours into a build, just for the sake of learning a new technique and practicing it on a bit of sprue or something, put the build away. Yeah. Get used to the technique. Do it on an old Shelf Queen or something like that, or an old paint mule. And then apply it to your model, and you're going to feel a lot happier. And that's what I do.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
You know, and it works for me. Because, you know, I used to do everything by airbrush, absolutely everything. Whereas now I rarely use the airbrush.
Oh, yeah. It's like me, if I'm doing like an armour of some sort, like an armour vehicle.
Yeah.
I would have airbrushed all the pre-shading and stuff. Now it's like, I'll just do it with dry brushing if it's a tank or something.
Well, the trouble I suffer with is, unlike you and probably folks like PJ and advanced builders, I haven't got that dexterity. I'm all or nothing. I'm very heavy-handed as a painter. And this is what ruins some of my hand paint jobs, is because I'm trying to go for a very fine brush effect, but because I'm an all or nothing, I don't always quite achieve it, and that's when I get frustrated then. So I have to wait for a good day when I can be a little bit delicate and then try it. So you know, there's people out there that can paint a window rubber on a car freehand. I used to be able to do that, but I can't quite achieve it now. So,
but that's when it's good to have lots of different techniques in your house.
Yeah, absolutely. So
not depending on one particular thing.
That's where I'm at now. I'm having to adapt how I paint things, and this is why I'm moving more towards weathered model builds and away from shiny, is because as I'm having to adapt, I'm not always getting it right, and I need to enjoy a genre to build it. And once I no longer enjoy it because of, I've got to move on to something else and try a different genre because so that's why I'm transitioning at the moment between genres, because I'm having to adapt again. So
you just go where your particular skill set takes you.
Yeah. It's frustrating because I enjoy a lot of the subject matter, but you've also got to enjoy the hobby. And if you get the build done and you're sitting there going, oh, I really don't want to do the painting because I'm shaking like a leaf. You've lost half the battle, haven't you?
Yeah.
So I've got to try and stop that. So.
I suppose as well, it in one way it might be a case that one day there'll be something that you used to enjoy doing all the time that you can't do anymore. But you might end up trying out new genre that you'd never thought of before.
Yeah.
You might think, actually, I can do this right now, and these particular models are brilliant for that. So I've never thought of doing.
Oh, yeah. My days of hand flaming a 1/24th car have long gone. Yeah.
10 years from now, you'll be making those, like, rather revealing anime figures or something. Who knows what you'll be doing?
Who knows?
Who can say?
But you've just got to adapt, haven't you? And that's what I'm doing at the moment. And why not?
It is the way forward.
Okay, so we have got...
Let's have a look at chat. We're up to...
I got to LWM with his no problem, I'll be on my best behaviour comment.
Okay, let me find that.
About the second from the bottom, Fox, just in case.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, you're up to date in that case. He says, the big boy loco I'm doing at the moment has a matte black finish, really hard on the eyes, trying to find the right holes to stick things in. Ooh, the matrix gets a bit rage-inducing. If you put a big boy on your desk, would it look even bigger? Would it be a really big boy?
It would be a really big boy, yeah.
Really big boy. Ooh, it's a really big boy. That's that camping thing again, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I'm getting worried about you now.
Camping session.
Oh, got that done, and that done. Okay. That's saying that is the same, so let's paint that in. Also, that. Okay.
Not long now till the new Fallout series starts on Amazon Prime. Can't wait.
Oh, really?
Can't wait.
Is that the one I said to you, or is it worth a watch? And you was a bit sceptical about?
No, it's the first series. It's what was that one you were talking about? What's that one? That was I can't remember what that was. No, I love the Fallout games, so looking forward to the Fallout series. Apparently, a few people have seen previews and said it's brilliant. So, feedback so far seems to be positive.
Yeah. I can't think of what it was now.
No.
Wasn't that long ago I mentioned it?
Yeah. I can't remember. It wasn't Fallout. It was. It
is a Xbox game related show.
Oh, it might have been Halo, maybe.
No.
I can't remember now. Then I remember not.
No, I can't now. Sure, I'll find it.
It'll come to you at 3 in the morning.
We've had this discussion before.
Yeah. It's deja vu all over again.
It is. Never met this Dave Jarvo, but seems a nice fella.
He gets about a bit. Trying to paint the rags around this Skaven's face, and it's quite hard to see where the rag ends and the hair starts.
I'll check my phone in a sec and see where it's on my Prime watch list.
So small.
It's going to bug me now until I know what it was.
Unless it was Fallout. I don't think it was.
No, I don't think it was, but...
Let's have a look.
I will endeavour to find
Edward Leonard is in. Squishy alert.
Hello, Edward. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, Colin, Fox and chat persons. How are you all tonight? Just watched a Manscaped commercial on your channel. Good to know how it's done. What's Manscape? I don't know what that is. Is that a square beard thing or something?
Manscaping is trimming your gentleman garden and sculpting it.
Ah, interesting choice of advert.
Yeah, that's what I would assume
hang on,
it is.
So you get those adverts on your shows, but then they complain when you say a rude word. Really?
Yeah. YouTube at the moment seem to be nitpicking across the channel. I got done, didn't I, for that Sunday brunch where I was getting people to go and visit each other's channels and click buttons of friendship, shall we say.
Yes.
And they tugged me for it. So I got a reminder of the YouTube terms and conditions. Terms of service, the TOS report, basically.
The TOS report.
So
never was an acronym more apt.
Exactly.
New Fenris Railroad is in. I'll say that again. Hang on. New Fenris Railroad is in. Hey guys, welcome.
Hello, Geez. How you doing, mate? Lovely to see you in, mate.
A new name in the chat, Assembly Required Scale Models by Dutch. Hello, Assembly Required.
Hello there. Welcome.
Gives you 2 thumbs up.
Oh, thank you.
LWM says, I'm so glad that's a Prime show and not one of the subscription channels, the Fallout show.
Yeah, I'm looking for it now. I'm looking for the app.
Problem is, it's either uber relatable to the game or totally out in left field and will get panned mercilessly. Well, feedback so far from the preview events is exceptionally good. And Todd Howard has said, Todd Howard's had a hand in it, so they've made sure it's very, very accurate. So, Jeff says, I live in the path of totality for an eclipse that will occur on April the 8th. I can't wait, but the weather forecast is not good. I looked on the map because there was a thing on the BBC website saying where in the UK you can see the solar eclipse next week. And there's like a line, and it says on this side of the line, you can see the eclipse. On this side of the line, you can't see the eclipse. And my road is like here.
Fallout Season 1.
All right.
Yeah, it's in the watch list.
Oh, jolly good. Well, the preview seems to say it's quite good now, so.
You've changed your mind now then, have you?
Well, I won't do it for sure until I see it, but everybody's previewed it and said it's very, very good.
Yeah.
I was curious, dubious, but... so I will miss the eclipse by about 30 foot. New Fenris says, hey guys, currently working on Ragnar Blackmane and doing some modifications. Ooh, I've got
nice one.
I got one. I've got a Ragnar Blackmane. He's doing one of them. That's what he's doing.
Oh, right.
Good shouty Space Wolf, dude.
Nice one.
Yep. Can't go wrong with Space Wolves. Space Puppy. I really must paint my Space Wolves Combat Patrol at some point.
Yeah, that's the next thing I've got to do is do a shelf with all the to-be painted projects on there for Warhammer, because it's going to be a large shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to start assembling the squig off so that I can get that talking to me. So that's going to be on the shelf with the Doofwagon, Insane Blade and Warlek on here.
Warlek, I can't wait for that Warlek, mate. This looks awesome.
So, yeah, because I need to build them so that I can just look over at them and let them start talking to me, because seeing it's going to let me know how far to go with the how.to, because I don't want to go too far. You heard it here first, folks.
I don't believe it. I heard it.
Yeah, I don't want to get carried away.
No. See, I assume when you're saying you let it speak to you, I know what you mean, but I don't know if it's like, because with me, if I'm doing stuff like that, I do the same sometimes if I can't think of a colour scheme. And what I'll do is, I'll just wait until I start to have images in my head, in my mind's eye, and I'm like, ooh, because sometimes I'll look at it and not know, but then just after a while I'll be like, I'll see something in my mind's eye, and then I'll be like, right, now my brain's thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I base them. I'll put the base colour down, but if it's going to be yellow like an Avalanche Sunset, if it's going to be something else, then obviously the base colour to go with that.
Yeah.
And I let it then sit there and talk to me, because we all get in our head a paint scheme. And then 6 months after you've painted it, you think, oh, I wish I'd chose a different scheme. So what I tend to do now is I do the rust effect. I then dry brush over a base colour. And I just throw it on the shelf then. I wait for it then to tell me its story.
Yeah.
Because it's going on the shelf where it's going to be on permanent display, I can look at it and observe how the light is hitting it, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you might want to go for a dark paint scheme, and then when you see it in shade, you can barely see the model, so it changes your colour palette.
Yeah.
So I like to do that. You know, that's why the Barlek and Insane Blade have been up there a year, because I've gone through the 4 seasons now.
Yeah.
So I've seen how the light hits it in the summer, the autumn, the spring, and the winter. Now I can paint them.
I always hate that frustrating thing where you can see a paint job in your mind's eye, and you think, right, here's what it's going to look like in my mind's eye. I can see it. Here's how I'll do that, and this is how it'll work. And you do it, and then you go, that looks like absolute pap, because something that looks fantastic in your mind's eye when you actually do it comes out and you're like, yeah, that's being stripped.
Bobbins says, will the how.to be wide enough for squig outriders? If you can imagine merging a gargantuan squig off with How's Moving Castle, that might give you some idea of where I'm going. There are going to be outriggers with all kinds of things hanging off them, mate, and there may even be a grot tank involved.
Yeah, you're asking Colin if he's going to stick extras on. Yeah, of course he is.
You know, there are going to be sponsons, there's going to be buildings, there's going to be staircases, rope lifts, all kinds of gubbins hanging off of it. So it's going to end up round about the same height as the Insane Blade. So it's going to be quite a large build. Somewhere in there will be a gargantuan squig off.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to build a little fart-ass Alder and having it sitting there like a shrunken down bowler hat. I wanted it to be, have you some of that?
No. Have you ordered the 3 Bane blades to add to it as well?
Put it this way, there's a hell of a raid going to go on the Greebles box, mate.
Ooh. Epic raid time.
Yeah, so it's going to be a fair bit of stuff added to it. I think it needs it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's a walk, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an orc build. And what orcs do, they build random stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be one of them. I can see me getting carried away. But
you carried away?
Yeah.
How is that even possible? I apologise, I'm kind of at a funny angle with the camera, but I'm kind of holding it up to my eyes to see what I'm painting. You get carried away? That's not even possible, Cole. You know that.
Exactly, mate. I know it's rare. Stranger things happen.
Yep. I don't believe it for a minute. You lie. Painting this wrap round his head is actually quite tricky.
Why is that, mate?
Because it's really hard to tell where, like I said before, where the material, the cloth ends and the fur begins. It's like, is that fold in the material or is it...
So is the plot thickening, is that what you're saying?
Something's thickening. Because it's all rags, so it's not like nice, clean
Raggy.
clothing. It's all rags and stuff. Raggy. And some of them have little bits sticking up and you don't quite know what it is. Is it fur? Is it horn? What is that?
Edward goes out houses. Yes. Absolutely, Edward. It's going to be... I've got the vision of what I want. It's now creating it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part that stimulates me, to be quite honest with you, because Edward was kind enough to send me a squig-off body.
Yep, which is a...
And ever since he's done that, I've been saying I want to do it justice, and that's my mantra with it. I want to do it justice. So.
It's a very kind thing to have sent you.
Absolutely. So
very, very kind gesture.
I've got his head printed, his neck armour, all of that lot. So I basically need to build it because I've got to sculpt a tail.
Yep.
So I'm going to drill in his iris. That sounded wrong, didn't it?
Are you going
so
camping
that I
again?
can mount. Yeah, I'm going to keep going with this sentence.
Go on.
Basically, so that I can mount the rod in his rear, so that I can then sculpt all the tail scales and shape, and then armor plates. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm going to do a bit of hand sculpting. It's far easier to mount his rear like that, so that I could hear him stifling a snigger.
There's all kinds of fnar going on in the background. You can just tell, can't you?
Just so that I can sculpt it in place, because then I'll be able to use the surrounding skin texture in the tail just to try and blend it all together. So
yeah,
that's the plan.
Exactly. I remember I meant the other day, actually, a few weeks ago, I meant to tell you I had to go for various reasons. I was forced against my will to visit a local B&M.
Yeah. Well, that's a good idea. Robin says, add a helipad for deathcopters. I like that. I like that idea.
You got in fact, didn't you get the combat patrol that has deathcopters, isn't it?
I have, mate, yeah.
Yes, you've actually got deathcopters.
I like that idea.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I was in B&M and they had like this giant dinosaur toy. Like a big Diplodocus. Yeah. And I thought, I should get that. I'll have to come back to this side of the store and I'll get that. It's only like about £4.
Yeah.
And I'll send it to Festa and he can have it to parts for his squig-off.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was only one and some kid picked it up. I'm like, oh, curses.
Yeah, you hate that child forever now, don't you?
Well, I weighed up the pros and cons of just beating it off him. Beating him up and taking it. But given the location of the B&M store, I thought, best not.
Yeah.
Kids around here, they're a bit rough in this part of the world.
Yeah, they're going to like it everywhere, mate. Daft, mate.
Dee. Oops. Yes, drop the figure in the wet palette. Always a winner.
When you think the upbringing we all had, because we're Gen X, most of us, was a lot harsher. God, we sound like our parents here, but it was a lot harsher than how things are now. We wouldn't have dreamed of doing after shenanigans because it just didn't go against how we was raised.
Yeah, I mean, I was lucky that my parents, they weren't shouty, and obviously they weren't hitty either, or anything like that. But my parents, they were the parents that used disappointment as a weapon.
Yeah.
So, for me, if I did something wrong, they wouldn't get shouty or anything like that. They'd express, they'd be disappointed in me, and that for some reason, to me, that was worse than being shouted at. Was knowing that I disappointed them and they gave you that look and you're like, oh, I'm in trouble now.
Yeah, we had the opposites in a way. Mum was I'm disappointed in you, bloody blah, whereas he was Knuckles. Knuckles was the answer. So you'd get a big old beat down for your trouble, which to me didn't actually make me comply. It actually made me more resilient. Because I got the reaction I wanted, I got him to resort to what he was.
Yeah.
But when Mum used to say, "Oh mate, come on, you're better than him. Come on, don't lower yourself to that level, son. Come on," that used to really resonate with me. Because Mum's mum, isn't she?
I think that's something about our generation that kind of less obvious and more like emotional reprimand had more of an effect on me and you than anything, because I had friends whose parents were very shouty and hands-on, and that I was like, I'm so lucky that my parents don't do that. No,
that's right. That used to really resonate with me because she had enough on her plate dealing with him. So for her to then sort of say, oh, dude, come on, raise your game, you're better than him, come on. That used to stick because it's like, bless her, one of them's bad enough, let alone a house full of them. So I used to listen to her, and I still do. She's like H. It was like a handover when I got married. As she said, like, H, you know, is your problem now. But in a nice way.
Yeah,
and H
right
is at
smile.
that, you know, she's like, you know, that's going to take you down the path where you'll know better than what you're trying to improve on. So, and it does, it resonates with you, doesn't it? It makes you think.
Yeah. And it is weird that, you know, you think of people like us and you think that generation would respond more to a beat down than a telling off. And it's like, no, we'd actually respond more to a telling off because we'd respect it more.
Yeah.
I think, you know, if somebody just airs their disappointment and tells me off, I respect that a lot more than somebody just getting handsy with it.
I'd be taking a beat down to die for, and I would just stand there smirking at him because he wasn't getting the reaction he wanted, which was me ending up in a quivering heap bawling like a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
I just used to stand there and smirk at him, but every time you got one in the chin, you just turn and look back at him with the dead eyes, you know, and it messed with him. And it was the best answer. Well, I say it was the best answer. Yeah, it hurt a bit, but, you know, it proved the point because it was the mind game. You was playing someone who was controlling with mind games at their own game.
You weren't being controlled.
Exactly. And that used to bug even more because no matter what he tried and how severe it got, I never complied.
Nope.
And... yeah, all right, it's silly talking about it, but it's just how it was.
No, bullies don't win.
No, that's it. That's why I have such a low tolerance of people like that. I don't do bullies. I think they're
I don't.
Oxygen thieves and don't mind saying it.
People that bully.
Yeah. Little Willy syndrome. That's what bullies are.
Yep.
Actually, that's not a full...
cut them no quick in my butt.
Yeah.
If you're a bully, you're out.
Actually, that's not a flesh arm. That's a suit arm. Let's get
known a few. Got rid of them.
Oh yeah, I've had a few
out of my various things. Wait, where does that material go? What?
Right. What have we got? Sasha says, "I hope that rod isn't too long or wide." I see what he did. I do like that Deathcopter idea. It's resonating, dude.
I'll be back in a sec. One sec.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, I do like that. Bobs. Is it Bobbins? Yeah, helipad for Deathcopters. Pardon me. That isn't a frog walked into the man cave. That was me. But yeah, I like that idea. Because, yeah, I want to be able to post the pictures up and for Edward to see it and go, yeah, that went to a good home there because he's respectfully done a decent job on it. Because at the end of the day, I do appreciate every gift I get, and I just like to do the builds justice. And I always like the sender to feel their choice was worthwhile. That makes sense. And yeah. And I should be filming it as well, so poor old Edward's going to get pimped to buggery because, you know, why not? Because, yeah, it's always nice when people do something nice and just want to show my appreciation in the best way possible. So, why not? I'm just putting a basic flesh down on this. Everything all right, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sure?
Funny noises. Yeah, it was funny noises.
No, that's all right, mate, but yeah, just, like to make sure.
Yeah, no, she's fine. I thought she was barfing, but she was just having a coughing fit.
Yeah, I was just killing time between that and you getting back, mate. But yeah, I was just saying about wanting to do justice on the squig off for Edward because well, I just like people to think I've taken it seriously and respectfully. So
at the end of the day, sending that a Forge World kit like that is such a massive gesture that you can't do anything. You can't do anything but be respectful and
exactly that. And I know it's taken me a while to get round to doing it, but it's because of treating it respectfully, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right. Did I do the yellow base? Yes, I did.
Base! How low can you go?
I see what you did there. I see what you did. You're good. You're good.
That's not material, is it? That's skin, you sponge. Why does it look like material?
Did I do the greens?
Curses.
Do you know, my eyesight's getting 10 times worse. Yes, I did start the green. Okay.
Green. What number was that? That's
Got a bit of Fenrisian to go in there.
Ooh, Fenris. Number
Got a
2
bit
is
of amber.
XP88. Beep, beep, beep,
Happy
beep,
days.
beep, beep. 88. Where's the
Don't need my piston anymore, so that can go back.
They've got a bit of like fur on this rat,
Yeah.
which is sculpted to look like material, but it's actually fur. It's like, so I'll just paint it back as fur then, shall I?
Is it storm
just paint-
vermin? See what I did?
I see what you did there.
Hey, come on, you're impressed, didn't you?
I am. You're getting all your
know.
Warhammer term paint names things.
Not down the hole, though.
Careful
Just want to clarify, I am not down the hole.
He's not down the hole, but when he talks, there's an echo.
I see what you're doing. Like that, is it? That's all
It's
right.
not his mic. It's not feedback on his microphone. Trust us.
Orange.
Yes, you are. What? No, wait.
Is that orange? There it is.
If I was to die tomorrow,
Yeah.
do you know what my greatest legacy will be?
Natasha's in saying hello. Hello, Natasha.
Hey,
Sorry,
Natasha.
mate, for getting over. I just wanted to acknowledge Natasha.
That's right.
because-
Hey, Natasha, big hugs.
Yeah, carry on.
Big hugs, Natasha, because she's got a little burb. Did you see the picture of the burb she put in the chat?
No, I didn't, mate.
Her little budgie burb.
Oh,
So cute. Burb. Yes, if I was to die today or tomorrow, I can at least die happy knowing that the one true legacy I've left behind is that you now unconsciously do mouth noises for comedy purposes. I seem to have influenced you into making mouth
oh
noises.
yeah, 'cause it's all down to you, isn't it? I never did them before I met you, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my legacy.
Yeah, because years ago when Helen used to say, well, you stop doing that noise, that never happened.
Ah. Then I stand corrected.
No, that's all right, mate. You want to take the praise? Who am I? Who am I to deprive you of your moment of glory? Now I'm being sarcastic, but yeah.
I hadn't noticed.
I concealed it well, I thought. Obviously not well enough, though.
Then I feel a bit better that I'm not the only person that makes little noises
Yeah,
for no real
I've been
reason
doing
whatsoever.
that one for the donkeys. Even my youngest does it. Actually does it a lot better than I do, but...
That means I'm not special anymore. I'm sad now.
No, but in your head, you're always special, so I'll let you be special. I don't
My
mind.
teacher said I was special.
Yeah.
Yeah. That might, well, I think it was the word special they
Yeah.
used.
Do you honestly think that was a compliment, though?
Oh. Special class for special students. That's what I thought. That's what that means, isn't it?
Is that the one I want? It is. Oh, it is. Look at that.
Oh, it is. You know it is.
You
He's channeling
summoned
Frank
that.
Sidebottom there.
Right, we have got a bit of that, so let's put those in. Natasha says, thanks, hugs. Her baby budgie Burb is 6 months old. Oh,
Tinker, I think it's called.
yeah.
6 months old and they live to like 150 years old. So, yeah, they don't really live to 150. How do you stop it pooping on everything all the time? Or do you just have to accept the fact it's going to poop on everything all the time? I mean, I assume you can't house train a burb.
But they have their trade, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, if you've got, well, if it's got its care, but I mean, when you have burbs that like just, you let them around the house and have their free moments running around the house. Mum watches a video on Facebook. She follows this thing on Facebook, and it's a woman who's got a chicken.
Oh, right, yeah.
But the chicken looks like a big poofy fluff ball. It's all white and floofy. And it's called, I can't remember what it's called now. It's basically like a big poof ball.
Yeah.
And it lives in the house, and it's like a cat or a dog. But she gives it a little diaper to wear.
Oh, right.
I think it's called Cotton.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah, it wears a little diaper. I'd quite like a chicken.
Yeah, Ted had one, didn't he? Model making chicken.
Yeah. Having a pet chicken would be kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. Would be fun.
Mm.
Bring back model making chicken.
Although I think so far none of us will be able to beat Andy the opossum, which is one of the Boom Hut members has a possum.
Oh, yeah. I
think it was a rescue. They found it as a baby in the garden. I can't remember who it is now. And he rescued it, and it's called Andy.
Mind you, Edward Squishies take some beating.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, I still put Edward on a pedestal for the Squishies.
Yeah. Every time I watch the Nautilus dives and they see jellies, I'm like, I think of Edward Squishies.
Yeah.
I liked Edward Squishies.
Absolutely.
In a little coloured tube. I mean, how can you not like a pet that you can keep in a tube?
Exactly.
Where do you keep your squishies? In a tube. They like their tube. Do they like it? They don't like anything. They don't have a brain.
It's just the sheer dedication and effort that goes into keeping a pet like that. It's just next level, isn't it? You know.
Well, it's weird to think that, like, you know, an animal with no brain and almost no central nervous system, and very little else, is one of the hardest creatures to keep.
Yeah.
But if people don't know, we're talking about jellies, sea jellies, you know, jellyfish. If you use the wrong name. Edward had a little clutch of jellies. And adorable they were, going... That's why we do that, you see, when he comes in.
Squishy alert, yeah.
Yeah, because he's king of the squishies. He's the squishy master.
He's Lord Squishy of Squishydom.
Yep. And his squishies were called Squishy, 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 Dave. Dave was the one that was always upside down, if I remember rightly. I'm making that up, of course. It wasn't called Dave. I think they actually had rude names, but we can't repeat them on air.
Oh, dear.
What would you call a squishy if you had a squishy?
I honestly don't know.
Would you just call it Gary?
No. Gary was me dog. But I don't know. Alf? I don't know. I'm a very basic namer when it comes to pets. I give them real names, you know, people names.
Yeah.
You know. We had a cat called Angie. You know, it's just like, yeah. I don't know, it's just my thing, you know. But yeah. My dog in Hunter Call of the Wild's Gary, because, yeah, he's cute.
Yeah.
He is cute.
Yeah.
And I am guilty that I talk to him like he's real.
Yeah, I've sat, like, chatting to Festa over Xbox Live while he's playing Hunter Call of the Wild and I'm playing something else. And half the time he's talking to me, an eighth of the time he's cursing at the thing he's trying to kill or hunt because it's just kicked him in the backside.
Yeah, normally a ball.
Physically or metaphorically. And the rest of the time he's talking to his dog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do like his treats. He's proper loved up.
Oh, yeah.
He loves the attention. Doing it again, you know, I'm talking about a pixelated dog. It's not really.
Virtual animal. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Of course, someone tries to put guilt on me. Oh, Gary's going to be there, starving, neglected. It's like, damn it.
It's like, have you been on the Xbox today? No, I've not been on for about 4 days. He'll have starved to death by now. Shut up.
Yeah, so stop picking on me. Yeah, but Gary's dead, he goes. Brutal. He really is brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Picking on poor little Gaz.
Yeah. It's a hard knocks life in the world of video games. You can't be resting on your laurels. Anyone who ever had a Tamagotchi will tell you that.
Oh, yeah, that was them little key fob things when I was trying to clean it up. Yeah.
I had one once, I think many, many years ago.
Yeah.
When I was younger. And it was like a little egg that turned into a little dinosaur. And then it died. And then it died.
LWS is Jesus. I heard that I'd quite like her and then got scared where that was going. Thankfully, it was the chicken. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to be so careful with us too, mate, because the conversation can plummet very quickly, mate.
Yeah, it can go horribly wrong at a moment's notice. Assume nothing and fear everything when it comes to us too.
H once said, I have come to the conclusion, I was like, oh God. Having watched, I was like, oh God, here goes. The last frolic you two did, she said, you're both seriously unstable. I can accept that.
You were like, yay, it's consequence free.
Yeah, so yeah, even the well-spoken man, the well-spoken man.
Yep, I'm unstable.
And then I go, but he corrupts me, you know. She goes, don't milk it, love.
Don't blame the well-spoken man.
Yeah, don't milk it. She says, because, you know. Right. Thought it was worth a try. No. It wasn't worth the try, dear, was it? No. Okay. Where you going, man cave? Good boy. Damn it.
Yeah, I know my place.
Yeah. I'm in the good books today because I was sympathetic to her being pulled over by the Rozzers.
Oh, really? What did she do?
Well, she was being followed.
Oh.
So they pulled both the followee and her over because they had been subtly sitting back watching.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And years ago, I went through with H, you know, if you think you're being followed, do this, you know, and went through some things to try if she's out on the road to tell whether she's been followed. So, and of course, she gets spotted quite a bit by these two coppers because they're on her route. So they often see, well, they noticed that as she was doing turns off of her normal route, so was this vehicle. So they tugged them both. And H was allowed to go on her merry way, but yeah, whilst they were still talking to said person, I think it was pretty innocent. But they wanted to make sure. So
that's good that they
fair play to the police out there for doing their job there because, even, you know, hopefully the person was just going about their business and there was nothing sinister. But you never know these days, do you? But
no, you don't. You can't make the assumption. I must admit, it sounds silly because, you know, there's no reason I'd have to worry about it, but we all have that thing once or twice where you think, is that person following me? And you'll do things like you'll suddenly take a corner at the very last second without indicating.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's no way they'd follow. If they weren't following me, they wouldn't do that because they would have indicated before now. The fact I've turned at the very last second and they're following me, And, you know, it never pans out.
We had an incident at a local services. I won't name it for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But the person in the shop had noticed that as this woman was being served, someone had got out the passenger seat of a car and had climbed in the back of her vehicle and had hid behind the seat.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, so they obviously contacted the old Bill and kept everything delayed until they turned up, and they nicked the people, and apparently that was something sinister going on there. So, of course, that prompted me to have that conversation with H, you know. If you're at a petrol station, make sure you lock your car, go and pay for it, check your car as you're walking out, have a word with the person behind the counter to see whether they can just keep an eye on you as you get in your car and flash your lights that you're safe, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, she was a little freaked out. She said, but wasn't it good that they were so observant? She said, I'm a little bit because of it. She said, but I don't know the end result. She said, I haven't been contacted since. So she said, if it had been something sinister, I may have already been asked to have gone back in. She said, so she's taking that as read, but she's taking a different route tonight.
Yeah.
And, I said, it goes back to what I've said to you before, love, vary your route. She said, but if I did that, she said, because the old bill have seen me pass many times, would they have then spotted? I said, well, that's a valid point, So
it's probably one of those things, like, because we've done it before, like when I used to work nights in an office and we'd sit there and you'd always see like the same delivery truck and you'd see the same cars turn up and you'd be like, oh yeah, it's this o'clock because that car's turned up and it's this. So they're probably like, oh, it must be 3:30 because that car's just driven past.
Absolutely, they said, we see you every night and I know where she works.
Yeah.
So, they're along, I'm not going to say where, but they're along that area, so they see her go in and out. But this particular time that they just thought they would follow because they was not sure of the car behind.
Yeah, and it's good that you've got the same coppers on the same route all the time as
Absolutely, well. And because they noticed H suddenly went off route.
They twigged that she was
the person then turned as well. They're like, oh, we'll just check that everything's all right here. And fair play for them for that.
And if it was somebody being nefarious, imagine being the person being nefarious, thinking you're all stealthy, and like the coppers are like, yeah, we see this woman every night, mate. Are wrong.
But they said, blah, blah, blah. Don't be too alarmed, love. Don't lose sleep over it. But we just, we'll carry on and let you go on your way because we want to make sure you're gone.
Yeah.
Because if there is something going on, we don't want them following you elsewhere. So
no,
leave them with us. You go about your business and let us do it.
Yeah.
So, that's what she did. But
nice one.
She said if she sees them in the lay-by tonight, she'll get them a couple of coffees and just scoot back and get them a couple of coffees. Just say thanks.
Knock on the window and say thank you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So not that they'll be watching because but damn it. Yeah, let's drop the figure you're painting, Cole. It's one of them, mate. It's because it's a thankless job, let's be honest with you.
Oh, God, yeah.
And you probably don't get much praise.
Always makes me laugh when people are very, abolish the police and it's like, and then what happens when your car gets next? Who's the first people you call?
I had a mate, right, and he was very anti-police. All coppers are this, all coppers are that, one of them. Until he got mugged. And what's the first thing he did? Screaming out for a copper. Yeah. Oh, you want one now, didn't you? Funny that. Mm-hmm. He has since changed his view, totally.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen all kinds of abuse being thrown at the police. And it isn't always justified, let's be honest. Yeah, there are the odd bad eggs, but you get them everywhere.
The same as anything that's got, bad individuals in it.
Exactly. But, every now and then you get a good one.
Never criticise what one day you might be desperately needing.
Yeah, unbeknownst to H. 5 minutes after she leaves tonight, my eldest is getting in his car and he's following her to work.
And then the police will pull him over. Why are you following that guy? No, it's
he said, obviously I've got to stay my distance. He said, I just want to go down the route. I said, if you come across them, Lex, don't get yourself nicked, mate. Come on.
Yes.
But, he said, I just want to see whether anything is still happening. I said, we'll have your licence on you. I said, because if the same coppers then tug you, at least you can prove who you are.
Yeah.
I said, then you've got to deal with your mum because she'll have the hump because you followed her. I said, but I know you mean well.
That would be, if that was me, it would be my luck that I'd do that and get pulled by the same coppers. But then at least then you can say, no, it's my mum and she got pulled,
That's right.
you did this last time, and then they'll know.
Yeah. But like he said, you know, how do you feel about it? I said, look, they've done their job. You know, that's what they're paid for.
Yeah.
I said, Mum knows the score. I said, she ain't as daft as she makes out. So, you know. Should I remembered what you taught me, she says. So good for you, love.
Yep.
You've done the right thing. She said I was pretty close, she said, to ringing. She said, and reporting that I was being followed. She said, but it was just luckily for her. Yeah.
No, it's the thing that's the thing that amuses me with these kind of things where people are following other people. It's like they seem to forget that if they're spotted and making it really obvious, the person can just call the police from the car.
Yeah, that's it, because she has it on her dash thing on her car as a speed dial, you know. Because like I said, you know, you're a woman out on your own, you know, vulnerable and all of that. I said, so you're doing the right thing. I said, they won't mind.
No.
They'll come and check it because, you know, it takes a woman a lot to report something, doesn't it? So you've got to be feeling uncomfortable enough to want to make that call. So
I never forget when I was driving, I used to go for drives around all the country lanes around here.
Yeah.
Just if I was tired or, you know, if I was stressed out, just wanted to get away from stuff for a minute, I'd go for a quick drive around the country lanes for an hour.
Yeah.
And one night there was a car right up my jacksie.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And I'm like, this isn't right. This guy's been following me all down these country roads. Yeah. And I looked at the headlights and I'm like, that's a Peugeot. You can tell because Peugeot have kind of really insecty headlights. I'm like, that's a Peugeot. It's not a police car because they don't have Peugeots. They all have like Vauxhalls and stuff and Fords. Yeah. So I'm like, so I started speeding up on the country lanes and I started doing sudden turns and stuff. And this car was with me all the way. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting into trouble here now. Yeah. Then the blue lights came on.
Yeah.
And it was a copper, and it was fine in the end.
Yeah.
I explained. He said, why were you driving? I said, because I didn't know you were a policeman. I just saw a car right on my backside, and I thought I was being followed. Yeah. And I said, because of the Peugeot headlights, I didn't know you guys drove Peugeots. He's like, okay.
Yeah.
He said, I was right up your back. I said, yeah. I said,
be so careful these days. You've only got to think back to poor old Stephen Cameron. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. But it's like, you know, I said, it was late at night, so all I could see was the silhouette of the car, and I couldn't see a police car.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, well, that's fair enough.
I'll accept that.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, at least you're being honest, you know, and...
He said, why are you driving like a maniac? Because I was trying to get away from you driving right on my backside.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't driving like a maniac, of course, but you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. It's got tugged last year. Again, yeah, and she did what you did. She didn't slow down for the police car or pull over. And eventually she did. And they said, oh, you know, why did you leave it so long? And she said, my husband always said to me, no matter what, if I get pulled over, stand under a street light so that other people can see you. Should, you know, window open enough to get a biro through. She said, because I don't know you're a genuine copper until you show me your badge, do I? So, yeah. She said, it comes to something when a policeman says your husband is a wise man. I said, oh, you should have got that in writing, love. Yeah. Never been called that before.
I got pulled over once. Just as I was coming up to some traffic lights and they flashed the blues and twos. Well, they flashed the blues at me.
Yeah.
So I carried on to it was on a corner, the crossing on the corner, so I just carried on around the corner and then pulled in. He said, why didn't you stop? I said, because I'd be stopping right on a corner in a crossing, which is kind of illegal.
Yeah, highway code.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, yeah. Don't park on a blind bend.
Yeah, I'm not going to park right on a corner. He went,
A lot of the coppers are really, really good. You know, they know the score. They know when you're trying to pull the wool over their eyes. Put it that way.
Oh God, yeah. I've been pulled over a number of times by the police.
Yeah.
Just especially when I was young and I was driving. I wasn't a very good driver, so you know, I get pulled over for this, that, and the other. And they've always been really nice.
Oh yeah.
I never had a problem with them.
Why was you speeding? Because I'm stupid and I didn't think I'd get caught. Valid point, mate. Oh yeah, how fast was I going? Luckily for you, you're under that, you know, get nicked, limit, but just be a bit more sensible. Yeah, I will do my best. There's no point in me trying to get away with it because it's obvious what he was doing.
No. The only time I ever got points was when I went across a junction. Now, to be fair, the traffic lights on the junction were they were laid out in a really bad way, and it was easy to think that your traffic lights were the traffic lights for the roads going left and right.
Oh, right, yeah.
So it was easy to see the light go green and think it's yours when it's not. Mm. And the coppers even acknowledged that. They said, yeah, we know these are bad lights. But basically, I went across this junction without realising, going through a red light. And it would have been fine apart from the vehicle that I cut up was a police van.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
So they don't appreciate that, do they?
No, they were nice enough. They were fine. It's just, I just got out of the car. I actually got out of the car and walked up to their car and said, "It's a fair cop, Gov. You've got me banged to rights." I thought, I'm going to say that.
Yeah, it's contractual obligation, mate.
They were a little perturbed that I walked up to them rather than them walking up to me. I'm like, well, save you the journey. I said, I know what I did. I realised too late that the traffic light that was green wasn't my traffic light.
Yeah.
I said, to be fair, they're really stupidly laid out. And they were like, well, actually, you're not wrong. They are. But we're still going to have to do you because, you cut us up. And it's like, yeah, I can't get away with that. Fair enough. I got my 3 points. That was years and years ago.
Yeah, I got caught on the bike doing one hell of a badass wheelie, I must admit. Mm-hmm. And it was on the altered road just after the lights. And I proper gunned it. And yeah.
No way out of that one, is there?
There ain't. I said, look, I could try to justify what I've done, but there's no point. Just tell me what's going to happen. Yep. Yeah. So, yeah. How'd you feel? I said, I'm all right. I can't sort my way out of it, can I? Copper said, it'd be funny if you tried, because you'd lose. I said, exactly. So I got 3 points. So
yeah.
That's the thing. For the motorcycling course, the hazard perception or riding responsibly. Yeah. Yeah. So
that's the thing with the traffic police. As long as it's not something like you're not driving drunk or without insurance or something like that. If it's just you've done something dumb like cut through a light or something like that. If you just say if you're just polite and not a threat, and just say yeah, fair enough, I screwed up. They'll just give you the minimum and let you on your way. If you put up a fight like a chud, then they'll just end up taking you in, and you get the worst possible consequence.
I said, I could be stupid and ask you how you would rate the wheelie. And he said, I'm not going to answer that. He said, because then I'm as stupid as you for answering the question. Well, I was asking the question. It's like, yeah. But yeah, I just took it on the chin. It's like, I didn't even contest it because what's the point?
No, you know what you did.
Yeah, I know I did. Next time, I'll say next time, but yeah. It'd be a little bit more thoughtful where you looked and made sure no one was about. But hey, we all do stupid stuff.
It's not quite the lesson you were supposed to learn, but it's a lesson nonetheless.
I don't ride and drive now, so I can get away with it, can't I? But yeah, it's... And yeah, I am the world's worst passenger, I freely admit that. I'm an absolute nightmare to drive anywhere, but that's just my own insecurities. But drive H nuts. I go, oh, do you see that? Do you see that? She said, look, I've got eyes. They do work. Yeah, all right then.
I can drive.
Yeah. I think most of us are like that, though. I bet if I threw you in the passenger seat of a car and got H to drive you about, you'd be biting the dashboard.
Are you saying she's a better driver? Like, are you saying this live on a live stream that you could watch at any time?
I never even mentioned that, and you're critiquing H's driving, which I think's the best driving ever.
Don't try and throw it back at me. I said nothing of the sort.
I wouldn't even contemplate critiquing her driving, but the internet knows what you've just done.
Nice try, sunshine.
Yeah, you got to admit, I'm going for it.
You're certainly like a man in quicksand who knows he's sinking and can't get out of it, but he's flailing his arms anyway.
Hey, mate, I accept my guilt. Not saying that there's any guilt for me to accept. I just want to clarify that.
Flail, flail.
Damn
it.
She's happy cricket season's starting. So.
Yeah.
She'll be lording it over at the cricket ground soon, bless her.
Going up to what, to Lords?
She's Surrey. She's a member of the Surrey Cricket Club, so she
right.
got a season ticket there. She just goes in when she wants, and yeah.
Ooh,
She said, if I had my way, she said, I would move in April and stay there till the end of the season. And I went, I could hire a van. She went, you answered that a bit too quick. She says, for your
supposed
own
to leave a
good.
pause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said, so reflect.
You forgot to leave the pause, didn't you?
I did. I just was straight in there. Lex just looked at me and done the best face palm.
Yeah, the culpable deniability pause.
Yeah, he said, don't do yourself any favours, mate, do you? He said, even I would have left a bit of a pause. I went, yeah, but come on, she expects it. I said, she would have told me off if I hadn't have said anything. I said, so I thought, well, why not?
She would have been more suspicious if you hadn't.
Yeah. He said, you've got A-level guilt, mate. He said, you're never going to get away with it, are you?
A-level guilt, you're almost positively Catholic.
I like being guilty. Keeps her on her toes, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's my excuse. I'm sticking with it.
And you think she likes being in a constant state of vigilance, does she?
Bless her. I wouldn't have you any other way, she says. And then she goes, mind you, sensible would be interesting. Damn it. Yeah.
Sensible, reliable, predictable, logical.
Yeah.
Non-destructive.
Yeah, there is that.
And you're like, yeah, come on, love, stay realistic, love, come on.
Yeah, come on. Let's not raise the bar too high here.
Let's not get into the realms of fantasy, love.
Paint the whole glove Skaven blight, and then I can put a wash over it.
Skaven blight, you say?
Yeah.
That sounds like a nice Skaven colour, yes.
That's chat doing. Edward says that's because when you're on a bike, you have to be ultra aware of everything, and people that don't ride will never know how it feels. Exactly. Oh, WN says, for the love of God, stop digging. Yeah, I'm digging. Yeah, I know, mate.
Digging.
Yeah.
I'm having to bear some very strange angles to paint these dudes. I've had to take him off the painty handle and everything.
Oh, really? Oh, mate.
Yeah, just to get under the like arms and stuff, because some of it
underneath the
armpits. For some reason, I thought you were going to say armchair then.
No.
Underneath the armchair.
Been a while.
I know, it's getting a bit rusty.
We are, aren't we? We're getting a bit forgetful, mate.
It's age.
I think you're right.
Here's a conversation. This is you've heard this story, but this when we went into Mum's checkup on Wednesday, she went in for an echocardiogram, and she's in there with the consultant. And when we got home, she'd had the dinner, and it was evening time, and it was getting close to her bedtime. And I says, "Right, do you want a treat?" She went, "What?" I said, "Do you want some trifle?" She went, "Yeah, I'll have some trifle." I said, "Right, do you deserve trifle?" And she went, "Yeah." So I said, "Why?" She said, "I've been good." I said, "So you think you deserve trifle because you've been good?" She went, "Yeah." I said, "How have you been good?" She went, I said, "Have you really been good?" She went, "Yes, I've really been good." I said, "When have you been good?" She went, "Today at the hospital." I said, "Why? What did you?" She went, "I farted on the consultant."
Good girl.
Trifle was instantly dispensed. That's fine. That's passed. You've passed the qualification level.
Oh yeah.
You now get trifle. I'm like, go for it, girl.
I got sent this picture of a rather unassuming Mama Wolf sat there looking like she had the devilment in her wheelchair. Butter wouldn't melt in her mouth. It's like, if only they knew.
Yeah. we went into the consulting room, and it was one of my worst nightmares. The consultant was a very nice lady. She's really, really nice. She was good with Mum. But she's clearly been left on her own for a long time in there because she had a phone on playing show tunes.
Oh.
Like musicals, like there's a bit of Les Miserables, a bit of something else, or some Disney, and then it's like...
Oh, dear.
And it's like, oh... She went, I love me musicals. Mum was wearing a Les Miserables t-shirt, so she latched onto that and was talking to Mum about it. And I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna have to sit here and listen to musical numbers. Oh, and it wasn't like musical numbers performed by the people on the stage show in Broadway. It was, oh crap.
Yeah, performed by the Anadin sisters on Detto.
Yeah, it was just like it was this singer's album of musical show tunes.
Yeah.
So it was terrible music.
Oh dear.
Terrible versions of the music with this one specific singer. And she wasn't a very good singer.
I feel your pain there, dude.
Yeah, and I'm like, but thankfully it wasn't. It was reasonably quiet. It wasn't dead loud or anything, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I could just imagine you sitting there going, "Please, I want the ground to open up and eat me."
I just sat and doom scrolled Twitter for half an hour. What colour is this one? That is not XV88. That's number 3. And that should be... What's number 3, Col? Number 3 is Steel Legion Drab.
Steel Legion Drab.
Steel Legion Drab. One of my favourite colours. Steel Legion Drab.
Oh, yeah, I had a bit of that out earlier on with XV88.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the old Steel Legion Drab.
Steel Legion Drab. It's a very good colour to dry brush on to suggest dust.
Yeah.
Onto the bottom of capes and cloaks and greatcoats and stuff. It's a very nice colour.
You some of that.
Have you some of that? There's little scars on these dudes. I've got to paint scars in fur. That's going to be interesting.
Edward says, laughing out loud, Fox teaching your mum to be rude. And, yeah, Sasha gets it correct. It's more like the other way round. Well, yeah, I found it odd that I got a picture of Mama Wolf without her giving me rude gestures.
Yeah. Oh, so, Mama Wolf said, say night-night to Festa as well to that when she went to bed early.
Oh, bless her. But, yeah, normally Mum is either sticking 2 fingers up or she's flicking me the bird. It's like, she's having a good day.
Make no mistake, Mama Wolf, Mama Wolf is my creator. So she made me, not me making her.
Yes.
It's quite funny if I do something, she's like, really? And I'm like, hey, you made me. She's like, it was your father made you. So you can't blame anything on me. So why have you done that? You made me. It's your fault. It's your father's fault. Say, no, he just provided ingredients. You did the building. She's like, damn it.
Yeah, it's like, damn it, quit whilst I'm behind.
I must send you a picture as well, Carl, because she's got hair that's long enough at the minute that when she gets up in the morning, it's all explodey. It's kind of adorable.
Yeah, it's got a bit of the old mad scientist hairs going on, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of adorable.
You're going to shear her again soon, I can just imagine.
Well, I keep saying, let me cut your hair. She's like, no.
I can hardly blame her, because the last time you did it, she kind of was scalped, wasn't she?
Yeah, I'm going to send you a picture right now.
She had a number 2, I do believe, wasn't it? And it's
I give her a number, because I cut my hair to a number 2, and I says to her one day, do you want me to cut your hair for you? And she went, yeah, go on then. I said, do you want number 2? She went, yeah, all right. And she had it done, and it was like, I said to her, it actually makes you look a bit younger. You're younger and a bit more, because your hair isn't all long and straggly and scruffy now. And she went, oh, that's quite nice. She quite liked it.
Yeah.
So she quite likes a number 2.
She looked like a skinhead rebel, didn't she? Bless her. It's like, yeah.
Yep. I'm sending you a picture.
All right, mate.
I hope I'm sending it to you. Yeah, there you go.
I won't open it on camera, mate, because...
No, you can... don't show it on camera. You can have a look at it. It's on your phone. It's on Messenger.
Bless her. Yeah. Many a time I've had a message, Mum says hello, and I know what's getting said to me before it even arrives.
Yeah.
It's like, she's having a good day today, then.
whenever we do the Monday show on E-Models, and I always ask Mama Wolf who's the favourite. Whenever the favourite, because she tries to be fair to everybody, so sometimes she says Ted, sometimes Colin, and sometimes Chris.
Yeah.
But whenever she says anybody that isn't Colin, she always feels really guilty.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, see, because she knows bits of me die inside, see.
Yeah, she's like, I want to say Colin, but I always say Colin, so I need to say Chris or Ted for a change.
Yeah. I go, it's all right, through the tears, Mum. It's biting deep. Normally I get double kisses the following day, so I'm happy.
Yeah, you get more hugs than I do.
Yeah, but given the choice...
Yeah, true.
I will take the hugs all day long, mate.
Yep.
Bless her.
Beat the devil out of it.
It was a bit of a Bob Ross moment, that, wasn't it? I like doing a Bob Ross moment every now and then.
Yeah, as long as you clean it up afterwards. Right, so I've done so far tonight. I've done 3 dudes. Painting these little dudes is really good fun, but it's not as fast as you think.
Spiddy's off to bed. Catch you later, Spid. Sleep well, mate.
Thanks, Spid.
Thank you for coming in, mate. Always a pleasure.
Like, you watch like people painting these on videos, and it looks really fast, but you know what? It's not really fast.
No, that's clever editing, mate.
Yeah, it's actually because it's fun to do though, because it's nicely. Some of the details are a bit indistinct, and it's hard to know where things end, but it's kind of nice. What colour's that? It's all one piece, that cloth. So. I'll paint something that isn't red. I know it's drastic.
Very drastic, was it, mate?
Drastic. Very
drastic, you say? Drastic. One. I like to count candles. Everyone's favourite Sesame Street character, that was.
Yeah. A la peanut butter sandwiches.
I used to love it when Count used to come on.
I used to love Grover when he had little comedy sketches like Grover being the waiter or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And the footsteps when he used to walk.
Yeah. Is it still going? I think it is.
Oh, yeah.
Sesame Street.
Yeah, still going.
Probably gone all woke now, though, isn't it?
It's still going. It's still going nicely. Never heard that stuff.
Good bit of Sesame Street. Needs a bit of the fiston.
What was that?
That's a red, mate.
Let's do a different colour. Let me find a different colour that's not one of those. Oh. Let's find a mingy blue that I can make mingy. It's just got like grey, isn't it? Let's do a.
There you go. That's it. You didn't need to open the pot.
What colours do we have on these dudes? Let's have a look at the magazine.
Yeah, I tend to go off of the box art and then spice it up with a little bit of pizzazz.
You just pizzazzed in my ear.
Sorry, mate. Pizzazz.
Ew. I've got an earpiece and it makes it too personal. Right, let's go for
nice.
I can't get down to a microphone. I'm standing up at the minute. Let's go for a...
Have a bit of
like a bone-coloured fabric. Let's go for a bone-coloured fabric.
A bit of iron breaker.
Ooh, shabby. I can always...
Shabby bone.
I was going to do like some bone colours, but I don't want to make sure that if I do any bone-coloured cloth, it's not the same as the actual bone.
Yeah.
But then I can use different coloured washes and stuff, can't I? So.
Yeah, that'll work.
Shabby bone. We'll have to start with Zandri Dust then, won't we? Zandri Dust!
Bit of Zandri Dust. Zandri Dust.
Where's my Zandri Dust? There, no it isn't. Where is it? I can't can't find it.
So what's your next big painting project after this then, Mush?
Once I've got these painted, I want to finish building my Age of Horus Heresy Solar Auxilia.
Oh, right, yeah.
The one that's like 20 dudes and 2 tanks. I've got the tanks built. I need to build all the dudes.
Yeah.
Then I want to get that built and painted.
Happy days.
But I'm determined to get these guys finished, even though they're going to be out of production soon.
Yeah, that must be frustrating because, like I say, you know.
Yeah, they'll still go. They'll still be fine. But get them done.
I'm right. You're,
at least
you're flipping them, aren't you?
Yeah, the units will still be playable in the game. They're just replaced. It's not like they're taking them out of the game completely, which would make them basically unsellable. So thankfully, they'll still be usable in the game. So it's like my Imperial Guard army is like millions of dudes. Half of them are the old style Imperial Guard, half of them are the new style because they changed them.
LWM says, have Bert and Ernie come clean yet? I don't think they have they? Have they come out yet, Bert and Ernie, or was that a thing that they did?
No, I think Sesame Street have basically said they're just friends. I think they officially said they're just friends. Let's give this guy, he's got grey fur. Let's give him a bone-coloured outfit. Bone. Shabty bone.
Bit of bone.
Bone.
Right.
That sounded decisive.
No, nothing decisive. It's just me thinking out loud, mate.
Oh, for thinking out loud.
Yeah, I know. Depends every now and then. Confuses me when it does.
It is the right reaction.
So out of the norm, isn't it?
No. When you don't expect it, it's out of the norm. Where does that material end and the fur begin? That sounds like a rubbish perfume advert.
Does, doesn't it? Didn't want to take the wind out your sails there, mate, but yeah, it did sound a bit.
New Capri from
aftershave.
Givenchy. I seem to remember many years ago for somebody I drew a spoof advert, and it was like a drawing of a typical slack-jawed chav in his bubble jacket with a bowlehead haircut, and his girlfriend was with him, and she was a typical, like, you know, chavvy type with the scrunch perm palm tree and the pull really tight and and looking terrible. And the caption was, and you had to read it as it was written, so it would be like, what was it? New Capri from Givenchy, eau de toilette.
Yeah. Was it like new Capri gear by any chance?
Yeah, new Capri gear from Givenchy, eau de toilette.
Oh, yes.
When you want to smell well hard.
Hundreds of Sharons and Karens out there will be most pleased.
I can't tell if is that fur or is that cloth? God, that's cloth. Well, where does...
Yeah, we still see the odd Croydon facelift round here. It's quite funny. But they're still going.
Yeah. There'll always be chavs.
Oh, yeah. But
It's all
the pond, a Croydon facelift is that hairstyle that young women have where they pull their hair right back tight across their face and have a scrunchie on top of their head. And they have the big hoop earrings, but they give themselves what over here is called the Croydon facelift. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's what we mean.
And I love the way all the blokes think they're being really hard by giving themselves these real Peaky Blinders bowlheads.
I know. It's
like, you don't look hard. You look like a complete spong is what you look like. It's like, you know, when I was at school, bowlhead haircut, that was the one that got the kid beaten up.
Yeah,
they still look like that.
What we used to call a short back and sides, they called a Shelby, didn't they? And it's like, yeah, I want a Shelby. It's like, oh, God, Peaky Blinders has been. Come on. Get over yourselves.
Move on.
Come on. Times have moved on, dear.
Never actually watched Peaky Blinders. I don't think it would interest me.
I watched it when it was first out, but it... yeah.
I'm guessing, and I didn't watch it, but I'm guessing it's kind of turn of the century London gangster type scenario.
No, it's Birmingham, mate.
Oh, is it Birmingham? All right.
Yeah,
turn of the century Birmingham.
Yeah, it's about the Peaky Blinders, which was a Birmingham gang back in the day, mate.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the family themselves didn't exist, but the gang did. But, yeah, it's after the First World War, they came to prevalence. But, no, it's from up north, or Midlands, should I say.
I wouldn't say Birmingham's up north, lad. Steady now.
Oh, no, I did correct myself before you jumped in and did it again, dear.
You did. You did.
I know you was itching to.
That's almost racism, that is.
Well, for me, it's up north of Watford, isn't it?
North of Watford Gap.
Yeah.
That's true.
Peaky Blinders, I think, could have been done and dusted in 2 seasons. And I think would have been a far better show for doing that.
Yeah, I never watched it because I looked at it and thought, yeah, that's of no interest.
Yeah, but I'm not as suave, sophisticated as you. I'm just a lowly cockney, so, you know.
No, just different tastes, dude. Just different tastes, that's all it is.
But no, it was one of them. It was... Yeah, would I recommend it? Nah, not really.
Not really.
I think other shows have done that sort of thing far better.
Yeah.
But it is funny how suddenly it's vogue, isn't it? And you get these fanboys that take the show and try to become the characters, and it's like, okay, he now thinks that he's part of... Yeah.
They're wearing all them sort of period clothes kind of look.
It's like when Sons of Anarchy was on. It was a biker show about a fictitious motorcycle club in America. And you had people riding around on bikes in full SOA cuts, trying to look like MC members. Well, over here, and I think it's the same in the States, if you wear a free rocker patch and you're not an affiliated MC member, it is actually very disrespectful, and you get politely asked to remove said thing. And so, yeah, but it was these people dressed to the nines exactly like the show, and I'm like, you do realise, yeah, if an HA member or another MC member, they're going to be a little bit put out by that.
Not really sure that you can look hard and cool by by wearing the uniform that was on a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically cosplay. It's not actually
exactly, and it's
you
like
you don't look hard.
Yeah, I just found it a little bit strange that people get like that over certain shows, but
I remember seeing there's a company that does basically like screen clothing and stuff.
Yeah.
And they did House's biker jacket.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, I thought, it's actually a really nice jacket. It looks really good. It's got the fake labels on it, the fake brand labels. And I thought, it's a really nice, and it was like 300 quid. It was a nice, expensive leather jacket.
Yeah.
It was good quality. And I thought, I quite fancy that, apart from the fact everybody would be like, oh, you're wearing House's jacket.
Yeah.
And that would kind of kill it.
I came very close to getting Captain America's jacket from Easy Rider.
Oh, yeah.
Because I just liked the jacket, you know. You know, I was a fan of the movie, let's be honest. Easy Rider, it's just one of them films, isn't it? Yeah, part of me, I was, like I say, really close to getting it. I never did in the end, but part of me wishes I had of, but hey, you know.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like sometimes a piece of screen clothing can be so awesome, but you can't wear it because it's so obviously identifiable.
Yeah, I mean, you can't walk down the middle of London dressed as Captain America from Easy Rider. They're going to think, what the hell's wrong with this guy? Yeah, so I saw the futility of my momentary wish, but it was a damn sexy jacket, I must admit.
Yeah, it's like the house one. It was just really good. It wasn't as... It was just a good jacket. It's like, oh, me, a nice leather jacket to wear, but...
Yeah, every time I've watched the film, I'm like, damn it, wish I'd got that jacket.
Yeah. The good thing, I think, the real thing, the good thing is with something like that probably most people wouldn't know what it was. At least nowadays, anyway. You probably get away with it.
Yeah, it's just one of them, and you see these things and you think, yeah, that look cool. Yeah.
I remember when the game Watch Dogs came out in about 2013, 2014. They were selling this, like, the jacket of the main protagonist.
Yeah.
And it was this goofy-looking, over-complicated leather sort of semi-greatcoat type thing with stupid patching on it. And it was, like, you know, very expensive to buy it. And it's like, that would have been... Can you imagine buying that jacket, right? And the game itself, when it came out, was just kind of not very good. And
oh, yeah.
It kind of died a death. And imagine some poor schmuck that spent a fortune on the coat only for this game to come out and be, like, universally panned. That would have been humiliating. That wasn't even a good-looking coat, though. Because the actual character in the game was universally unlikable. Nobody liked the main character. He was horrible. So it's like, why would you want to wear that jacket?
Sasha says, I wanted to get Howlin' H. Murdoch's leather jacket, but couldn't justify paying nearly £500. Yeah, Captain America's, I think, was about $700 or so, you know. And I was close, but then I thought, yeah, it's one of them, you're going to wear it once, the novelty will wear off, and it'll spend the rest of its life hanging in the closet. And it's like,
yeah. I did get myself the 10th Doctor's greatcoat. It actually got it, and it helped me stop smoking because I spent all my spare money that month on that coat.
Oh, Mr. 10th Doctor.
I'm blanking on his name.
If it's,
my brain's...
I know the Scottish one. That's the only Doctor Who I can remember other than Tom Baker.
My brain's broken. 10th Doctor was... My brain's broken. His name's gone. David Tennant.
David Tennant, yeah, the Scottish one, yeah.
I was having a little bit of a stroke there. My brain's like, can't remember what the name is. It was this brown greatcoat, and it was really cool. So I got this coat, and it actually wasn't very good. And I wore that for quite a while. That was all right. But it was obviously that coat from that thing.
Yeah.
I do like a nice greatcoat.
I had noticed.
But I have done it. But in the end, I sold it to someone at work in the end. Because it wasn't that accurate. It was just a brown greatcoat. I'm like, it's all right.
Yeah, it does the job.
It was not quite as advertised, so I was a bit disappointed in it. Ended up selling it to a colleague.
Didn't quite meet your requirements.
Well, no, it didn't actually. The collars weren't quite right, and it was a thick wool material rather than... I mean, it couldn't be the real Alcantara because that would be a nightmare to wear, but...
yeah.
It didn't look quite... It looked really good, but it wasn't quite right.
It didn't look authentic.
No, it didn't have the same character. Had a very nice interior. Lining, that was nice.
Yeah, but you're not going to walk down the street wearing it inside out, are you? Because it had a nice interior. It's like, yeah.
It was a nice coat, but I got bored of it after a while.
I used to have one of the World War II flight leather jackets. Do you remember them? The really distressed ones. I had one of them.
Oh, yeah.
And it's my biggest regret that I sold that. It was like, serious money now.
Well, I used to one of my favourite jackets used to be a proper, genuine M1943 American paratrooper jacket.
Yeah.
Which I used to wear all the time.
Yeah.
And, it just got a bit old, and I've got it downstairs somewhere. Used to wear that quite a lot.
Surprising, isn't it, how our love for that sort of clothing is just there, isn't it? It's just like...
Yeah.
But then when you think about it, you know, the war had only been over 20 years when we was born, so...
Yeah.
It was still quite fresh, wasn't it, still?
Yeah. A subtle reminder, it's just past 2 o'clock, so you'll need to stand up.
Yeah, I'll stand up in a sec, mate.
Yeah, good lad. Let's have a look at chat while you're painting.
Yeah, I've just got a couple of knuckles to do and then I'll stand up, mate.
Let's have a look. Next time I deserve double trifle, says Edward. Why? Say Fox, because well, I won't read that one out, but yes. Then flips Colin the bird. Fox, you need to write these stories down. Could make a good comedy show. Speedy Kuwait says, nodding here, so I'm dropping out. Nice to see everyone still silly. Good night, all.
My work is complete.
Yep. Take care, Spid.
Thank you. Always nice to see Spiddy.
Fox used a photo of him in a girl in... Hang on. Fox used a photo of him and a... I'll start again.
Reading out
Fox
loud,
used
mate.
I know. It was a bit in the middle. Fox used a photo of him and a girlfriend for that spoof ad. I don't know what we're talking about, but you've lost me now. Chaos. He also says they're making a Peaky Blinders film to round things off now. The TV series.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to... Oh, you've done that one. I hate clothes shopping. I have 5 tops and 3 pairs of jeans in rotation at any one time and replace them about once every 5 years. Socks and undies are required items. Yeah. I mean...
Oh, yeah.
My T-shirts now are basically... I've got like... I think the last thing I bought clothing-wise was a couple of Slackworm T-shirts.
Yeah.
Because I love Slackworm. But before that, it was T-shirts that I bought at Warhammer World about 4 or 5 years ago. I've been wearing them. I've just bought a couple of new pairs of jeans about a month and a half ago. That's the first pair of jeans I bought in about 6 years. I make my jeans last.
H says, I'm the easiest person in the world to shop for. T-shirts and black jeans.
Yep.
That's it.
T-shirt, done.
Yeah. Job lot. Job to done.
Using T-shirt or top get outfit, as we like to call it.
Yeah. Obviously, if we're going anywhere respectful, then the whistle comes out. But
yeah.
Most of my time now, because I'm indoors all the time, is jogging bottoms. Jogging bottoms and T-shirts. It's like, loungewear, you know.
Yep. I actually spend most of my time, apart from the depths of winter when it's really cold, most of the time now I'm wearing my not combat shorts.
Cargo shorts.
My cargo shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like, I could wear my jeans, but there's no point.
Jeans too heavy when you're indoors, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Yes. And if it's too warm, if it's a bit colder, I might wear my like cotton slobby pants.
Yeah.
You know, like they're not pajama pants. I like the cotton like.
Oh yeah, I know the ones you want. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's got a pair of them.
Oh yeah. It's set part of the wardrobe, mate, for men of our age.
Yeah.
Right, let's get that off of there, and then we can stand up.
But if you told me, like 10 years ago, I spend most of my time wearing shorts, I'd be like, GTFO.
Yeah.
Me, shorts with my Scottish legs? I don't think so.
Yeah, they're kind of like twiglets, aren't they? With a bit of Tamir tape round them.
Yeah. I'm the kind of person that I'm not allowed to enter knobbly knee contests because it wouldn't be fair on the other competitors.
Yeah, it's like a couple of bits of string in it. It's like, it's like a wishbone with a fringe.
Yeah, my dad was from Glasgow. Come on, I'm not gonna have good legs. Say to me, what's the most important thing I inherited from my father? I'm pallid and confused. It's pretty much what I inherited from my father. Dee 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 dee. Oops. Sweatpants, T-shirts and shorts, says Edward. Yep.
Pretty much a staple wardrobe attire, isn't it?
Yep. Middle-aged man clothes. Thankfully, I bypassed the generation where this age would have been going to Burton for clothes.
Oh, yeah.
But I wasn't an adult in the 1990s, or not a proper adult, so
But
I don't have to do that.
Beige man.
Yeah, if I'd been 10 years older, I would have been in Burton buying slacks. It would have been a sad state of affairs.
Beige chinos.
Oh, the thing is, I used to wear chinos when I was younger because I didn't know. In the 1990s, if you didn't want to wear jeans, all you could wear was chinos.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I didn't want to wear jeans.
I think the equivalent in America, would it be Walmart, man?
Walmart, yeah, is like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Big supermarket chain. They own Asda, you know.
Do they?
Yeah, it's Asda Walmart.
Oh, there you go. Explains it then.
Yeah. I'm going to take him off this stand to paint the underbits. Paint your underbits.
We're painting undercrackers.
Underbits. That's me. Or I could use now, folks. If you've not done this yourself, Festa and I will both attest to this. The best brushes you will ever get for painting. You know where I'm going with this, Colin.
Oh yeah.
The best brushes you will ever get for painting. These. These are eyeliner brushes. They cost about 3p each. You buy a pack of 100 on Amazon. And they are, without a fail, of all the brushes you've ever used, these will be the best fine detail brushes ever because they've got a nice firm point. They keep that point religiously. And although they're meant to be used once and thrown away, if you actually treat it like a proper brush and look after it, you've got 100 fine detail brushes that will last you for years, and they're dead thin so you can get into all the little nooks and crannies. But these are bizarrely better than every other brush I've ever used ever. These are better than God hand brushes. It's weird, isn't it, Cole? You've used them and all.
I have.
And it's like I've been using that one for about a month on and off, and it's still got a perfect point to it.
Yeah, I'm listening, mate.
No, it's still got a perfect point to it, and they're like a penny each or something. You buy a pack of 100 for like £3. 3p each, obviously, then. But it's like, yeah, they're great. So go on Amazon, get yourself some eyeliner brushes. Not the white ones that are like spongy things. These are like the little yellow bristle ones. They're just great. Have these in your stash of brushes. They come in really handy for little tiny fiddly bits. Like the bit I'm just painting that I've forgotten where I put the dude now. Like when I want to get under his... If I want to get down the back of his shield there, for example, I'll get the brush and I'll get in there like that. Because it's got such a thin thing. Perfect. They are brilliant. Go and get some.
I'm putting a link in now.
Good lad. I was going to say, are they in your Amazon store?
They will be, but I'm not doing it live on air, mate.
No. Yes, go and check out Festa's Amazon store later. They'll be in there. They're brilliant. Get some soon. Right, where's this going? More paint on here.
I've just obviously got to put me disclaimer in.
Yes. Modeling Chaos says, unless I'm going into the office or out somewhere, I'm in PJs and dressing gown. LWM Modelling says, I went to a job interview in the 80s in chinos and a silver grey jacket with the arms pushed up to the elbow. Miami Vice style and still got the job. I went through a phase in the late 80s of wearing bolero jackets. It's like a normal jacket, but it stops at the waist. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know the ones you mean.
Only for or bum freezers, as my dad would call them. Only for about 6 months.
Yeah.
I thought they were the bee's knees. I probably looked like a complete idiot.
I didn't like to say.
Hey, it was the 80s.
There you go, and I'll add them to my store when we come offline, folks.
Yeah.
I'll add them to the website.
Yes.
There's a linkykins in the chat. Remember, disclaimer, as an Amazon associate, I do earn from purchases.
Exactly.
Because, yeah, we have to say that. It is the rules.
Do you like the way I folded it into pimping your Amazon store there?
I did. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. I'll look after you.
Cheers for that, mate. I don't know what I would do. There you go. He's got all of that going on. Happy days. How are we doing? What do you want to do? Go to 3?
Yep, I'm good, mate. You can call it whenever you want.
Yeah, if I say 3 at the latest,
Yes.
that'll let me do some stretches and stuff like that and go and sit in my massage chair of most comfortness.
The chair of bzzz.
Mind you, this one's got massage on it, but
Yeah, but that one's got better massage on it.
the one in the lounge has got all of the massage, all of it, not just some of it.
It's got the lazy lying down backwards as well and everything else.
Oh, yeah, and it's like got air cushion and, oh, mate, proper orthopaedic jobby.
See, that chair's got air cushions, but you create the air with your butt.
Yeah, it's Festa air.
It's not air cushioned by design.
No. I got this out for a reason and I can't remember what it was. Oh, yes, I can now. There you go. Retributor armour.
Ooh, nice colour.
It's up there with the top 5, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Certainly is, Stanley.
That bit of Lamentus yellow. Oh,
bit of Lamentus yellow. Oh, trouser tent.
It is, isn't it? It is proper tentage.
You look at the pot of Lamentus yellow and you think, I want to drink that because it looks delicious. It looks so thirst-quenching. You know it's not.
Yeah.
But it does look so tasty.
Okay.
Ba-ba-doo-dee-bee.
Little dude of dudeness. Oh yeah, he's got a bit of a badge going on, so that can be highlighted. Picked out quite nicely. There you go.
Is that the official picking out noise?
It is, and he's got the mouth guard of Retributor Omnus. Have you some of that, my son?
Mouth guard.
He does look like a rather improved version of Bane from Batman.
No, it's the way.
Yeah, that's the one.
I hate that film so much.
Yet you seem to do a rather studied impersonation of it. That's all I'm saying.
Because it's very easy to just cover it with your mouth and not have anyone understand a word you're saying.
Yeah, but that's Tom Hardy anyway. He's what we call a flummer.
Yeah.
Because whenever he speaks, it's a bit like Jonathan Ross. It's flummity flum, 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 flummity flum, flum.
I actually can't stand any of those Christopher Nolan Batman films. They just don't do anything for me. I love Batman, but those films, like, no. Don't even mention the stupid shape of the Batman cowl.
No, to me, there's only one Batmobile.
My Batman is Michael Keaton.
Yeah, you're quite set on your ways, aren't you?
He's my Batman. Beep-a-dee-ba-dee. I like the fact I've not seen the film, but I like
Ben Affleck.
Oh God, no! None of the not like any of this modern Batman rubbish. Yeah, I like the fact in whatever film it was that came out, I think last year, it was one of these like multiverse type films, but it was the DC ones.
Yeah,
they brought back Michael Keaton as Batman.
Yeah,
and they gave him like the correct Batmobile and the correct bat suit, and he's like,
a lot of people would love for him to reprise his role, wouldn't they? They
could do it because they could easily de-age him to look a bit less old. Yeah. It's like, you know, if Harrison Ford can still knock out a Indiana Jones film.
Well, he has mooted that he would come back and play Alfred, hasn't he?
Oh, he should just come back and play Batman. It's like...
Exactly. It's like, oh, I play Alfred when he can play Batman.
I mean, think about it. You've got an actor whose mouth is the shape of the Batman symbol.
Yeah, when you get him in, that.
He's got the little bits like that, and then it goes in. It's like, come on, just make that film. They can't, unfortunately, bring back Nicholson as the Joker because his character died. Spoilers.
Yeah.
But, hey. Yeah, that's my Batman. I got a pack of 10 makeup brushes, says Sasha, for about £2, and they are great for dry brushing. I got from the Amazons.
I stole these from H's makeup brush drawer.
Shh. I got these from Amazon. They're a lovely peachy pink colour. I've not used them yet for dry brushing. They're so soft. And there's a little one as well. And I got a double ender. I've not used them yet. I will do at some point. These are really for dry brushing
I've
massive
heard all
things,
about you and your double-ender, dear.
Hey, what I do at the weekend stays on the mile. But they'd be perfect for doing like big massive things if I'm doing like, you know, dry brushing, rusties type stuff, things like that. When I worked in radio news, hang on. When I worked in radio news, says LBM, I covered Metropolis in Illinois, just saying it was a mild-mannered reporter never seen in the same room as Superman. You be the judge.
Yeah.
I was never a big fan of Super. That's the thing. I was never a big fan of the DC comics.
No.
No, Batman. Yeah, keep Batman. I was never a big fan of the Marvel either, but I got into the Marvel movie universe, and that put me back onto Marvel a little bit. But DC stuff, I was never into the DC stuff.
Oh, I think Downey is Tony Stark.
Oh, yeah.
I think that is
perfect
a
casting.
brilliant bit of casting there.
Yeah, that was. If it wasn't for that first Iron Man film, that whole being the way it was, that whole MCU. Because I mean, look at the X-Men movies. They were terrible. They were boring, serious, and not interesting at all. Then Iron Man comes out, and it's like, oh, we can.
When you think about it, it was a brave punt to take because, you know, Robert Downey was, how can we say, quite taboo at the time, wasn't he? Because of his real life situation at the time. And he, credit to the bloke, he's turned himself round and rediscovered himself. And fair play to him. He acknowledged his demons and dealt with them. But it was a very brave casting decision that I think worked a treat. And I've always liked Downey as an actor. And for someone like me who had no interest in Marvel or DC at all as a kid, to then start watching those movies and be like, these Marvel movies are really good. I really like. To the point that I'm starting to get into the lore a little bit, and I still didn't know any of it, but and I probably still wouldn't read the comic books, but it's still like, you know, if I'd read the comic books and they'd been like this, that would have been great. Yeah. I mean, I can remember seeing him way back doing Chaplin and films like that, and
that was good, that.
When he was struggling, you know, part of me was thinking, oh, this is just such a shame because the guy has got a lot of talent and hopefully he comes back from it. And he did, and fair play to him. Yeah. To be honest with you. Yeah.
I think the casting in all the Marvel movies was really good.
Oh,
the latest crop of movies, not so hot.
Yeah.
The Eternals, whatever they were called, that was just boring.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've not watched them.
That was boring. The Legend of Shang-Chi, that was quite good, actually. It was all right.
Yeah.
It wasn't horrendously memorable, though, as any of the characters, but it's all right.
Yeah.
The Marvel stuff, like you got Ms. Marvel, I thought was actually quite good.
Yeah.
That was quite nice because it's got this, like, Indian American family, I suppose they call it.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it's her family life while growing up as a teenager and being at Marvel as well. It's quite funny. I quite enjoyed that series.
Yeah.
But, the latest stuff hasn't really. I love Loki. Loki was a great series.
Not seen any of them.
That's good. It brings in the TVA. I'm just waiting now for the Deadpool movie. I can't wait for that. That looks fantastic. Can't go wrong with Deadpool. So good.
Not seen Deadpool.
Deadpool is like in the trailer for the Deadpool movie, he's there and he's talking to some guy and he's like saying, I'm going to save the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as he looks at the camera.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then at one point, he opens the front door and there's like 3 guys there from the Time Variance Authority. And they whip out these like big baton things and he's like, I don't know where you're going to stick those, but that might be a bit racy for Disney, and looks at the camera. Because it's Disney, isn't it? So it's like, yeah, I like Deadpool. It's like the Marvel movies, but they just go all out on the humour.
Yeah.
It really works.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? That's what the audiences want, because it lets them relate, doesn't it, to the character. They see the character's got a bit of a comedic side.
Yeah, well, he's known as the character. Deadpool's known as the Merc with the mouth. So
yeah,
I think what did it for me and what got me into it was I watched Iron Man, I think a couple of years after it came out, and then didn't watch anything on the Marvel movies until about 4 years ago when I just thought, right, I'm going to binge all the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Because I had Disney Plus. I'm like, and I watched everything from the first Iron Man. I watched them all in order.
Yeah.
First Iron Man, all the way through all the Avengers movies, and it's like, these are really, really good.
Yeah.
And then I watched all of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That was good.
I've not seen that.
That's a good series. Tahiti, it's a magical place.
It's another series that's going to be on my must-watch list for about 16 million years, isn't it?
Yeah, it's basically your must-watch list is most of Disney, I think, plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So, yeah, but I've never been interested in DC stuff at all. Just Batman, yeah. Everything else, Superman, nah.
I think if it's done well, it's watchable. If it's just done as a cash machine, yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I get wound up with it. It's like, oh, there's no story to it. They're just doing this because they want to make more money at the box office.
Yep.
Potentially a good story ruined.
Yep. I kind of enjoyed Daredevil, the series Daredevil. I think they're just bringing it back now, actually, because I think it was 2 or 3 seasons.
Oh,
I don't think I watched all of them, but that was all right. That was quite good.
I saw the film.
Yeah, but that was all right. It was quite humorous, quite good, quite interesting. Again, I didn't watch all of it.
Yeah, if I remember rightly, I think the film was our friend Mr. Affleck and Colin Farrell, wasn't it?
Yeah. Ben Affleck doesn't do anything for me, I'll be honest. I'm just grateful they didn't bring in that gormless idiot. What's his name? The one that does all this. He does all the Sony movies. Adam Sandler. God, glad he's not involved in it anyway. I can't stand Adam Sandler.
Can't say I really relate to the bloke. I know of him, but
yeah, he's just I can't stand him in movies.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not watching that one then.
Would I say I would watch his films? I don't really recall anything he's been in, to be honest with you. So
schlock. They seem to be the kind of thing when Sony's figures are dropping a bit, they just bring an Adam Sandler movie.
Oh, really? One of those?
Yeah.
Bums on seats actor.
Yeah, and it's like, oh look, this one's almost a chick flick, but not quite.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I can't stand Adam Sandler.
That sums it up then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Deep. 4.
Old Lang Syne.
So he did there.
See what I did there. I'm using my makeup brush, my eyeliner brush.
Jeff Light says, I love the tumbler. You got the part work, have you, Jeff? Stop your sighing. People are allowed to have different opinions than yours, Fox. Come on.
I know.
Play nice.
But it's not the 69 Batmobile or the 89 Batmobile.
No, it's got its place in the Batman franchise.
Christopher Nolan Batman.
Stop whining like a boo-boo. Don't care. No, we don't have to live our life doing everything because you think it's good. Behave.
No, I can still not like
choice.
something.
Let him have his choice, dear. Come on, play nice.
Play nice.
Yeah, stop muttering under your breath. I can hear you. I'll go to tell your mum. I'll grow up. You start. I don't like it. I can hear you. Oh, you mad man, you.
What?
Yeah, still don't like that one. We've got to realise I've got my volume so high.
Yeah, you can hear the gnats farting outside.
I can, mate. I could hear you muttering away there, and the audience probably can as well, I hope. Yeah.
I like being a big kid.
I can't do quiet voice because, yeah.
Well, I've got a brush tube there that I don't have any kind of instrument that would fit into it. I don't know where it's come from. Where's that actually? That's weird.
Make my day now if you got offered a part work off the Tumbler. I'll be going, yeah, make him build it.
No, no, thank you.
I must admit, I did the windscreens of the Batman car.
Oh yeah,
A couple of weeks ago when I filmed all of them, and it so reminded me of my Aunt Winnie's glasses. It's like, yeah.
Yep. Proper wing frames.
I wouldn't be brave enough to tell her that because, yeah.
Proper 1970s middle-aged lady glasses.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like, oh, they're Winnie's glasses.
The kind of glasses that you'd have when they interviewed someone who's complaining about the lack of moral standards in British entertainment and television in the 70s. All these programmes today.
I can just imagine my Aunt Win with the letter, dear points of view. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah.
Yeah. Proper Mary Whitehouse glasses.
Oh, yeah. Just imagine her doing that. But she wouldn't because she's so easy going. It's just unreal, mate. You know what I mean? She don't give a blind monkeys, mate. Live and let live is Winnie's motto. Anything that can cause a bit of controversy, she's up for. You know, it's like...
Oh, yeah. Live and let live, but she'll still have a good moan about something.
Oh, yeah.
Needs it. Which is reasonable enough, especially, you know, you get to that age.
Oh, yeah.
You're allowed that. You're allowed that then.
Oh, yeah.
You're given that one.
I always remember when we went to pick her and mum up when they got, how can we say, forcibly taken into custody.
When they were, yeah.
Yeah. And, I was chatting to Alan about it. He said he was chatting to the security bloke. He said, I was all right until she looked at me and went, you just touched my arse. he said, I didn't quite know what to say. He said, this is a little old lady sort of saying I've touched her Harris, you know. Yeah. I'm sure he did, she says. I'm sure he did.
Especially if she's sat halfway across the room.
Yeah.
What?
Bless her. It's like, Winnie, behave yourself.
Give over, love.
Got a laugh in you.
It's really annoying that I spilt a load of water right next to this ball of paint because I can't get to the paint. It's the one brush.
A bit of cotton buddage.
Cotton buddage. What makes me laugh? Because she gets up today, she's like, oh, flipping Poirot again on telly all the time. I said, Mum, if you got up before 6 o'clock, you'd actually watch something other than Poirot.
Yeah,
if you got your butt out of bed at a normal time, like a normal human being.
It's due to the time of day you're getting up, dear. Mind you, I'm not going to say that to her because I won't be in her good books anymore. And
no.
She looked at me and she went, on the live stream, haven't I? Damn it.
She looked at me and she went, don't even try and get logical with me.
Oh, dear. Did you get the over the glasses look? You did, didn't you?
Well, I said to her, who makes you cups of tea? She went, fair point, well made.
So bribery is now your tactic?
No, I just remind her who makes all the cups of tea. And she's like, you are correct, of course.
Yeah, I suppose, you know, you have got a valid point.
Yeah. Who do you depend on for your Barry's tea, Mum? Yeah, good point. Thank you.
Comes to something that you got to bribe a poor little lady.
Poor little lady. Mm.
You're not buying that, are you?
No. Nope. Nope. 6, it's Skaven Black Dinge. That's Mechanic Standard Grey. That's Skaven Black Dinge. Ain't buying that for now or nothing neither. That dog ain't gonna hunt. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing?
I'm just putting in a little bit of Reichland Flesh Shade.
Ooh.
Because it's not as dark as Agrax, and it gives a slightly brownish hue.
Is that on your gold?
No, this is actually on the Fenrisian Grey.
Ooh, very nice.
Just to give it a slightly dirtied, sandy look in a few of the crevices.
But a nice ready warm tone as well.
Just in the crevices.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
And then I'll go over it with a cotton bud and then just pick it off what I don't want.
Yeah, because it's a nice reddy brown warm, isn't it?
Yeah, it just gives it a little bit of a luster.
Luster. You just say luster.
I did. Shh, don't tell everyone. I think I might have got away with that. Damn it, I don't think I did, because we're live on the interwebs.
Your secret's safe with me, buddy. I don't think anyone noticed.
No, I'm really worried. The minute you say your secret's safe with me, I know I need to start worrying. Yeah.
Welcome to Hanging House, sir. Don't worry, everyone's equal in my eye.
Yeah.
It's not a relevant quote, but it's just, I thought I'd say it.
It's good enough for me, mate. I will live with that all day long.
Mm-hmm. How about some more beans, Mr. Taggart? I'd say you'd had about enough.
So,
send a message to head office. Tell them I said ow. Tell them I said ow. Got it. It's such a good film.
Oh, dear. Sometimes it's the simple humour in it.
Yep.
That's all it needs, mate.
Mel Brooks was a genius in many ways.
Oh,
or is a genius.
Yeah, he's still with us, isn't he? Someone would say the other week in the chat when I asked, wasn't it? He was still with us.
Still going.
Bless him.
Not all his films are brilliant, but, some of them are fantastic.
What a body of work, though.
Oh, God, yeah.
At the end of the day. And I know there's people out there that would go, oh, that's a bit near the mark. But when you think of the context that it was done in, that's the key with Mel Brooks.
Yeah, it's mocking the...
Yeah.
Yes.
Never take anything to do with hot topics, should we say. We'll leave it there. With Mel Brooks, it was never meant that way. It was the opposite with him, wasn't it? It was, very clever man. Do you think he would make it now as a starting director? Because of how the world has become?
Yeah, I think he would.
I think he would, yeah.
I think he would.
I'd like to think he would because, again, you know how it's meant with him. But
well, I think he would have a different outlook anyway. He'd do things differently if he was around now, if he was doing it now. Because he'd be a product of this time, not...
Yeah, I suppose
70s.
so, yeah.
So he'd do all right.
It's a good valid point, actually. I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah. Mongo, only pawn in a game of life. Yeah, you can have for Mongo.
I used to work with a guy, his nickname was Mungo because he was a dead ringer.
Yeah.
Even had to walk down, mate. Honestly, it was like, Mungo's coming.
I was reading an interview with Mel Brooks and he was talking about Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
And he was saying that for obvious reasons, when he was doing like test screenings and dailies and stuff for the executives, they were all like, oh, I don't know about this, for various aspects. And he said, funnily enough, one of the things that got the executives up in arms was the bit where Mongo punches the horse.
Yeah.
And he said, we can't have that. I said, what do you mean? We can't have him punching a horse. But he said basically throughout the whole consultation, when he was putting the film together and showing all the dailies and stuff and all the rushes to the executives, they'd say all the things that they wanted removing and he basically just ignored them all.
Yeah.
He says by the end of it, all this advice, none of it got done.
No.
He said, I just ignored them. I just
My
said yes
first
to them.
induction to that movie was the campfire scene.
Oh yeah, the bean scene.
And I was like, if they can do that on camera, and get away with it, it's one of them, innit? It's a watcher.
That was another scene that the execs wanted taken out because it was just too. It was like they just had no sense of humour at all. Come on.
Yeah. And you think if they had their way, what a different film it would have been.
As mayor of Rock Ridge, it's my duty to present to you a laurel and hearty handshake. That's such a great line. Laurel and hearty handshake. Such wordplay.
Oh yeah. It was just done so well.
I saw a clip the other day, and it made me remember a whole load of films that I saw in the 80s and 70s that I'd forgotten all about.
Oh, right, yeah.
And they were classic things like, do you remember Hear No Evil, See No Evil with Richard Pryor and Gene, what's it?
Yeah, Gene Wilder.
Yeah. And I'd forgotten all about that. Those kind of like late 70s, early 80s situational comedies that were actually really good.
Stir Crazy.
Yeah. Do you remember one called The Toy with Richard Pryor?
No.
Where, I think it was Richard Pryor, he was working as like a janitor in a toy store.
Oh, right, yeah.
And the millionaire goes in with his kid after hours and says, you can have whatever you want. And he sees Richard Pryor larking about. And he said, I want him. So basically the guy buys Richard Pryor for his son. And there's all these kind of films that I'd watched, like, Stripes. And what was the one you just mentioned?
Stir Crazy.
Stir Crazy, that, we all watched, and we've forgotten all about them.
Yeah.
You kind of watch them and forget them, but they're great. I must have watched Stir Crazy so many times. That one with the rodeo, where they go to the rodeo and that's their escape plan. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. I must have watched that so many times. Yeah, because Gene Wilder gets put in the cell with the big, massive, quiet guy, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's the one. It's when they first get arrested and they're walking into prison trying to look all tough, but it's like,
doing the pimp walk.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it because I'll get done for swears, but yeah. I can see the scene now. That's the thing.
Yeah, I can see Richard. I can see Richard Pryor doing the walk and Gene Wilder trying to do the walk and not doing it anywhere near as well.
Yeah, he was a white man trying to do a black man walk, wasn't he? But
yeah,
which kind of made it even funnier.
Yeah. The two of them together were such like a little dream pairing, weren't they, Richard?
Sadly, no longer with us. Bless them both.
No.
Yeah, they were a great comedy pairing, weren't they? Let's be honest. Yeah.
Get out of bed.
But yeah.
That's the Hibbs phone.
Oh, yes. I'm not going to wake her up yet. I'll just let her bite the pillow for a little bit longer.
How is Hibbs?
Yeah, she's all right, mate. She's all right, mate.
Send her hugs from me when you send her a text saying, get out of bed.
Yeah. She'll go, yeah, what's you after? Well, she don't actually. You're sugar lips, isn't you? You know what I mean? You
sugar lips.
You could talk yourself out of anything, you know. Yeah.
We said sugar lips. All I had in my head was Hot Lips Houlihan. I'm like, what?
Mm.
There's a series I remember watching as a kid, MASH.
Never seen it.
It's one of those things that I remember watching, like, because it was, even as a kid, I found it funny, but I don't remember much about it.
Yeah. Don't know why.
I do like Alan Alda, though.
Yeah, it's not a deliberate thing. I have just never watched it, and I should. Yeah. I should sit down and watch it, you know, but I just never have got round to it.
It was funny how, like, the series was a legendary comedy series, and yet the film that they made after the series finished was just, like, a serious film that was very boring.
Yeah, it's Vietnam War, isn't it? MASH, am I right?
Korean War.
Korean War, even, yeah.
Yeah. And I think the other day when I was watching a bit of NCIS,
yeah,
you can actually look on Google Maps now. There's a bit, and I think it's part of a backlot somewhere for one of the studios. Where they had like this scrubland, and part of the scrubland was where they filmed MASH, where they put the hospital tents and stuff.
Yeah.
I can't remember where it was, but it's there, and it still exists. There's a wrecked out remains of one of the ambulances.
Yeah.
And the chassis and sort of shell of a Jeep that was just abandoned there and left there when they finished filming. Yeah. And most of it's fallen away now and gone and been, taken away. But there's still this like empty shell of one of the ambulances in the Jeep. And I'm sure when they were filming, I was watching an episode of NCIS the other day, they were in some Afghanistan or somewhere, and I'm like, that's the back lot where the MASH set was, because there's that burned out World War II Willys Jeep. I'm sure it was that. But yeah, you can still see it. You can actually go there now, and it was like a public place. You can go and see. There's a little plaque that says this is where they used to film MASH on the outside shots.
Yeah, it is one of them. I often think I should watch.
Whether it would still be, as good as it was when I was a kid, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, that's the beauty of it, because having never seen it, I'm not going to know until I watch it.
Yeah, no, you'd be neutral to it, wouldn't you?
Edward says, Jackie Gleason from The Honeymooners, and if you haven't seen it, watch it. SJ Trains is in, saying hello, SJ.
Hello, SJ Trains.
I haven't seen it, Edward, but I'm sure I'll add it to the list.
I think I've seen The Honeymooners, but not in many, 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 many years. And I know who Jackie Gleason is. Wasn't he the sheriff in one of the James Bond films? Like, where the sheriff, like the tobacco spitting sheriff is trying to chase them and he keeps crashing
the name rings a bell, but
no.
doesn't ring a bell, if that makes any sense.
He was the cop in Cannonball Run.
No way did that boy come from my goddamn loins. Him.
Yeah, but he's got the little thin pencil moustache, and he's like, no way did that boy.
Yeah. I now know who you mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's him, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Daddy.
And I have to admit, I get confused when I try and remember either Smokey and the Bandit or Cannonball Run. I kind of get them all mixed up together as to which is which.
Yeah. It's very easy to do.
Yeah. Deep.
Again, quality little films, weren't they? Slapstick films of their time, weren't they?
Yeah.
Again, harmless.
Yep.
And I used to like it at the end with the Burt Reynolds ones where they used to do the blooper reel at the end. And it's like,
that was, yeah.
He must have been an absolute nightmare to work with. Where he's gooning around and that,
Only I remember that. Was it Cannonball Run or Smokey and the Bandit where the opening scene is a stack of beer cans and he burps and knocks them all over?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah. I always remember seeing Deliverance as a kid, frighten the bloody life out of me.
Yeah, that was one of those films that really stuck in your craw, wasn't it? You watched it. When you're a teenager, you're like, this is really dark.
Yeah. And then you get older and you develop an appreciation for the story, don't you? And you're like, it's
still dark as F, and it's like, it's not. It's one of those films that's not pleasant to watch.
Yeah.
It's not a pleasant. You can appreciate the filmmaking and the skill, but it's not a pleasant story to watch.
No.
But I will happily say, I miss the days when the films were a tiny story in which not much happens.
Yeah.
But it's an hour and a half long, like All the President's Men, Capricorn 1. The best example is Silent Runnings, because pretty much nothing happens in Silent Runnings for an hour and a half, and yet it's one of the best films ever made.
Yeah, Capricorn 1. Love that film.
Yeah. Compared to now, where you get, it's like bang, 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 but it's like a million things happening. It's like, just slow down. Make a good film that's just...
Capricorn 1 is where questions started getting asked, wasn't it? It was done in so well.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, could it have been faked? And yeah, you know what I mean? It brought conspiracy theorists out, didn't it? And
yeah, it was born of all the Apollo conspiracy theories.
Absolutely.
Brilliant film, though. Brilliant film.
Very well done.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on either side of the fence, you know what I mean, with that whole thing, it's like, I would like to believe that man went to the moon, and hopefully he did, but when they say it was the electronics capability of a calculator, and again, why haven't we been back? This is the key. Come on.
We've not been back because there was no desire to. The whole reason.
I know, but when they make out that it would be so hard, it's like, well, if they'd done it back in the 60s, then, yeah, surely it'd be a bit easier.
Yeah, but they did it. It's now. It's the case of.
I know the reasons why, because but
yeah, no, I mean, one thing I'd never thought of that I was listening to something the other day, actually, funny enough, and they said the thing to remember is like if they were to do the Apollo program now, you'd
I know
be
the
talking,
story, but you're telling me anyway. But yeah,
no, they just. I'm talking to the audience as well. Don't forget.
Yeah.
But they said it'd be trillions of dollars, and it's like nobody wants to spend that much money, basically. Because although you look at the budget they had then, and now it's not that much money, whatever it was. It's like no, but if they did it now, it cost them massive. It's like they're not competing against Russia, so there's no Cold War type thing. It was all you know anyway. So it was
yeah.
Well, not at the moment. It was all about the control of space, and that was the motivation.
Yeah, it was political back then.
Yeah. As soon as that all went away, it's like, it's too expensive. That's a problem.
It would just be nice to see another mission go up there.
There will be in the next few years, hopefully.
Yeah, it's just one of them, isn't it?
The Artemis mission.
I do like the whole space thing. It's just like, yeah. Right up my street.
That's the sad thing. Once the political and the Cold War type motivations disappeared in the mid 70s for the whole space race, it's taken this long just to get to the whole point of just being explorers to become important enough to justify them spending the money.
Absolutely.
In the government.
ECI the hose in, says Fox. Thoughts on the new Fallout soap?
Don't know. It's not live yet. It's not started yet. I'll let you know on the 11th when I've watched all the episodes in one big bunch.
Unless it's already out where he is, but
no, it launches on the 11th.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know. I can't wait, personally. It looks fantastic from the teasers that we've seen. Todd Howard has been involved in it, and I do enjoy Bethesda's Fallout. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm also about to do a big sneeze. You are. Excuse me. So yes, I look forward to it, and I shall be binging the whole lot. I don't know what day the 11th is, but I won't exist on that day. If anybody wants to do anything on the 11th,
I shall look out for all the excuses given then for why you're not existing, and know the real reason then.
Oh no, I'll just say it's Fallout Day. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Can you do no? Nope. Can you just no?
Yeah, it'd be like no, he can't.
Mum, stay in bed. Don't wake up. Go tomorrow. I love Fallout so much.
I'm just going to mute so I can ring H.
Yep. Look good, I thought as well, says ECI. Yeah, it looks fantastic. It's interesting that they've kind of. I can't remember exactly where it. I think I know where it's set. It's on the west coast, isn't it? Because they've got is it Gulper they've shown? Well, it doesn't look like a gulp with the fingers in the mouth. That's good. And yeah, I just love it. The only criticism I've got that I've seen is when the guys are walking around in like the power armor. It kind of looks like a guy in foam armor. Yeah, but hey, that's a nitpick. It's not, it's not a deal breaker. Edward says there's expensive minerals on the moon, so he will get there again. I'm sure of it. Oh, absolutely. Jeff Light says manned mission to Mars will be next, in my humble opinion. Well, the Artemis mission is due to go to the moon within the next 5 years or so, isn't it? So theoretically, the next manned mission. That's what the Artemis project is. It's the next moon landings, which should, I think, have been like in the next 1 or 2 years. But of course, chocolate velociraptor happened, so that messed everything up. I just think it's a shame that it's taken 40, 50 years for exploration to be a decent enough motivation to get us back into space.
Yeah, it'd be cool, wouldn't it, if they just did it for the right reasons? Yeah.
I mean, that should have always been the reason to do it anyway, but it's taken 50 years to get to that point. So, yay. And the thing is, now private industry is getting involved. I think we'll see that taken off bigly anyway.
Oh, yeah.
There was... it's funny if you read into some of the information about like mining asteroids, and they say, is there a benefit to mining asteroids? One article I was saying says basically, one of the asteroids, I can't remember which one it was, It's one of the ones we've looked at and studied and stuff. It's basically all the precious metals in that asteroid, which is only a few kilometers across, is worth like $100 trillion dollars.
Yeah.
He said if they were to mine that, the value of gold would just disappear to nothing because gold would suddenly be not rare.
Yeah, exactly.
And he said, so there's plenty of reasons for private industry to go and do mining asteroids. So yes, you will see that eventually. We'll get back to space bigly because there's just money in it.
Oh, yeah, all day long.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, think about it. It's like when we explored the New World, when we first started going to America, or when Europeans started first going to America. You know, the first one was exploration. Then a few decades later, it was like, right, there's money to be made. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Be nice, wouldn't it?
Hmm. We'll see it in our lifetime, sadly. We won't be walking through airlocks anytime soon or anything like that.
No. I always wanted to go through the doors on the Star Trek, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, yeah.
Sadly, we won't live to see any of that, but...
No, we'll be long gone by then, mate. We'll be pushing up daisies by then, mate.
Yeah. I sometimes feel a bit sad about... I'm not sad about that one day I've got a car kit, you know, or anything like that, but I do feel sad that one day... I feel sad about all the things that will happen once I'm gone. That I would love to see now, but I know I never will. That makes me sad sometimes.
Yeah, but when you think the stuff we have seen, we haven't done bad, have we?
Oh, no, not at all.
When you think some of the inventions and things that have happened in our lifetime, blow your mind, doesn't it, really?
Oh, God, yeah. Although, you look at it and we're still kind of pretty primitive, but compared to what will come. And I just get sad sometimes about knowing what we will miss.
Yeah.
It's like, I would have liked to have seen that.
You never know, mate. It might happen sooner than you think.
Yeah, true. Hey, I've got my Xbox. I'm happy.
There is, you know, that side of it when you think how quick development can happen.
True. True.
I mean, you've only got to look at Elon Musk with Starship.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Private industry will be the way forward now for space.
You know, now, I know Elon isn't everyone's cup of tea, but you can't fault what he's trying to do with the Starship thing. He's put his money where his mouth is, and he's going for it. And
well, same with Bezos. It's private industry space, isn't it?
Exactly. So,
right, I'm going to get some warm water so I can clean my brushes. Back in one sec.
But yeah, I do watch the SpaceX stuff quite avidly because I just find the whole concept fascinating, and it's the fact that Starship looks like that classic 1950s spaceship that we all saw in the movies. So, wins all day long for me. Okay, so we've got Fenrisian Grey on there. It's thoroughly done, so we don't want to spoil that. Fun fact, says Jeff, slide rules were taken aboard Apollo missions. NASA select the Pickett model N600ES. I have one in my collection. Why does that not surprise me, Jeff?
Yeah, that does not surprise me either.
To be honest with you, I can just imagine Jeff, full-blown Apollo suit, watching space stuff.
Oh, yeah. Get Jeff and Adam Savage in a room together.
Oh, could you imagine the creations them two would come up with?
Doing Apollo stuff.
Yeah. Adam Savage's one day builds with Jeff. Oh, mate, I'd tune in.
Hey, you know what I thought the other day? I was watching something and it reminded me about Adam Savage. And it reminded me about how he uses that, you know, that blue paint that you put on metal so you can scribe markings into it?
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, that'd be a great colour to paint a Gundam. Like, make a Gunpla kit and just paint it with that blue.
Yeah.
It's got a specific name and I can't remember what it is.
Yeah.
It's a temporary colour, supposed to be like, you put it on, you use it so you can scratch things into the paint.
Oh, yeah. A bit like a guide coat, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's this beautiful blue, and apparently it's the exact colour they used on R2-D2. But it's like, because I remember he was doing that on some of his Apollo era spacesuits, on some of the little nozzles and grips and things. Be a
What I like about Savage is his enthusiasm. He's got that very childlike, excited enthusiasm about any subject that he's dealing with. And I love that because it translates beautifully on TV or on, you know, streaming media when you watch him. He is that typical 5-year-old in a sweet shop. And it's
you
really
can see when he's
endearing
building
to see.
stuff. Yeah, when he's building stuff and he gets carried away and he's rushing about and doing this and that, and it's like, yeah, you can see he's addicted to that.
Oh, yeah.
He's like Maggie Adder in Pocock talking about cosmology and the stars and stuff, but for craft and DIY. Where's that? That one. There it is. My master's brush cleaner. I can see the bottom through the.
Edward says, I watch some of his stuff, but I get mad at him because he's not a very good machinist. Yeah, you wouldn't want
Adam Savage.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to go in and use a machine after he's been at it.
Yeah. I suppose the thing is for him, it's years of working in special effects, which means he's used to working with speed.
Yeah.
Rather than absolute perfection, I suppose. It's a whole different.
Yeah, he don't so much use the machine, he abuses it, doesn't he? It's like, yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing, when you're doing special effects and stuff, you're not making museum models, you're making fast things.
Yeah,
and I'm talking to the audience as well.
I know.
Oh,
for God's sake, don't start.
Drop my tube again. That tube's gone now.
All day long.
Nope, tube gone.
Oh dear. Tubey gonny tubey.
Tubey long. Tube gone. Never mind. It's called Dykem Blue Fox. That's the one.
There you go. I knew Jeff would know.
Yeah. Put that, paint your Gumpler silver and do that as a coat over it. Ooh, that'd be nice.
Where did the tube go?
I will never find that tube. Oh, well. Darn it.
There you go. A little bit of a light green on there.
Jeff says, several years ago I created circuit boards to build a replica of the Apollo AGC D-Sky onboard guidance computer. I created 3D models and acquired parts, but the project was never completed.
Oh, is it one of those that you're going to rekindle, Jeff, perhaps?
Yeah, complete the project, Jeff. You know it makes sense. Only one way that story can end.
Oh, yeah. Certainly one I'd watch.
Mm-hmm.
Bung in there.
Bung. Damn, I haven't got a tube the right size either. Oh, there it is. Yay, found it.
Yay.
Tube found. I wouldn't mind. It's for the disposable eyeliner brush that doesn't really matter anyway.
Oh, what you know like?
I've only got 100 of them. I need to look after them.
Yeah, I got carried away and pretty much, yeah.
Yes. They will last me a long time. Ooh.
I gave 100 to Lex.
Hmm?
I gave 100 to Lex. He was like, dude.
Assembly required scale models by Dutch says, I'm signing off, gents. Thank you for coming in, buddy.
No worries, mate. What's the time? 3 o'clock. We'll see how long we can go for.
Mm-hmm. Engineers Blue says LWM. And Jeff says, I bet you use quite a lot of Dykem dye, Edward, being a machinist. EC Idaho says, I'm doing okay here.
Nice one. Glad to hear that, mate.
Yeah.
Always nice to see you in, mate.
LWM says, squeal like a pig, boy. Edwards confirms that it was Smokey and the Bandit, where it was burping the beer cans over.
Oh, right. Yeah, Smokey and the Bandit, yeah. Classics.
LWM says there's a YouTube channel called Creature Features that shows all the old B movies.
Some of them old B movies, they are classics, aren't they?
Yeah, they're so bad.
They really are. So bad, but kind of addictive.
Mm.
Let's bung a bit of that on. Few some of that, my son.
Scale Chaos says, I know this is bad, but I'm looking forward to Bad Boys 4 coming out soon.
Bad Boys 4.
I vaguely remember watching Bad Boys, the first one, many years ago. I don't remember much about it. Sasha also says, I'm with Fox. Keaton is Batman. He brought the right amount of darkness and anger to the role. Edward agrees.
Am I right that he's just done Beetlejuice 2?
Yeah, Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to guess there's a third one called Beetlejuice. I'm going to guess that now. You heard it here, folks. That's my guess. It's not a difficult guess, that, is it, really? Let's catch up with any chat.
Interesting to see where they're going to take the story.
I've never actually seen Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I can imagine the special effects are going to be a bit better.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest with you.
What's the basic premise? I've never seen them.
It was basically a couple moved to a house to get away from the city, and this house was haunted by this character that Michael Keaton played, and you would go off to Beetlejuice's world if you said his name and stuff, you know, so... It was one of them films you think, I want what he just smoked.
Yeah, like a comedy horror.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Don't forget to put on the ponytail before you use those, Fox. Wait, what? Really? I don't use eyeliner.
Yeah, they went there.
They went there.
Well done. Well done. Ponytail was mentioned. Gets in.
Yeah. Wait until 2068 when we break warp speed and make first contact, says LWM. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. When the Enterprise comes back in time and Picard gets angry and smashes all his little ships. Great little ships. That was a good film, that. That was a good Next Generation film. That was the only good Next Generation film. First Contact. The rest were terrible.
Yeah, it didn't translate well, did it, the film?
No. The first one was just dark and you couldn't see anything. And the second one was the First Contact, which was great, but then it was directed by Jonathan Frakes, who's just great anyway.
Yeah.
And then after that, I've blanked out the other ones because they were terrible. There was the Romulus one, which was terrible. Then there was the... All I remember about that is the bloke from Neighbours, Jim Robinson from Neighbours, got killed by a little box.
Oh, Alan Dale, yeah.
Yeah. So that was the one with Bane in it. Oh, Mr. Batman, you're going to die. Yeah, him, whatever his name was.
Oh, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. And then after that, there was the one where Worf got a spot. That was terrible.
Yeah.
That was an absolute... And they've got little cars, and it's like, yeah, after that was terrible. And then
It's almost like they run out of a plausible story, wasn't it?
Yeah. If they'd just made some Deep Space Nine movies, it would have been golden.
That's the one that's always got me. Why didn't they make a Deep Space Nine film?
Because DS9 was always like the dark child, the one that was never quite as popular as the others.
Yeah, but I would say probably the best of them all.
It is now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is now. But at the time, it got the lower viewing figures, and they were more like, yeah, it's next gen.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I
suppose if
liked
you did
DS9 when we got Angry Cisco.
Oh, God, yeah, that was the best. But that's the difficult thing now is Cisco, how would you bring him back? Avery Brooks has just disappeared off the face of the earth, so...
You know what it gets me thinking of, though?
I know what it gets you thinking of, you filthy, dirty little bugger. And I tell you what, today as well, I saw...
Kira.
I think for some VR headset, they've done like a little video which takes you on a little tour around DS9 on the actual standing sets, the virtual standing sets reproduced. And Armin Shimmerman narrates it, and all I could think of was like you thinking about Kira.
Intendant Kira.
Ooh.
Tentage.
Moving swiftly on. Revell.Monogram is looking forward to the new Ghostbusters. I've not seen the last one. I must watch that.
I only ever saw Ghostbusters, the first ones.
Yeah, no, the last one where it's the kids was supposed to be quite good, and now the new one has the original Ghostbusters in it properly anyway.
Yeah.
As well as that. And it's like, they did quite well, so it's like, I must watch that one. This one, when it comes out, obviously on whatever streaming.
Hasn't one of them died, though, from Ghostbusters, the original?
Yeah, but they wrote that into the story.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Spengler.
That was it, yeah.
It's his grandson, I think, that is the main character in the last film. But yeah, no, the last one was supposed to be quite good, and this one is, apparently some people are saying it might be pretty good, so it'll be a bit of Ghostbusters. Nobody talks about the one where it was all female cast, because that was apparently terrible. There's nothing wrong with it.
Didn't stand up so well, then.
It was just a terrible film, apparently. It was like, it wasn't actually good in any way, shape, or form. I was like, yeah, we'll just forget about that one. We don't talk about that. They need to make some more good Marvel films.
Yeah, it's where they can take the story now, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know who the new Avengers are going to be, but none of them are interesting. At least none of the ones I can think that might be in the Avengers. Obviously, you've got Deadpool, but I don't think he'd be an Avenger.
No.
Although in the new movie, but they might want him to be with the Avengers. I don't know.
Not going to be Purdy, is it? See what I did?
I see what you did there. You've got Wolverine, who never really interested me anyway.
No, it got done to death, Wolverine, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, look, he's kind of immortal and he's got spiky bits. That's not interesting.
Oh, yeah, but who wouldn't want Wolverine claws? Come on.
Yeah, true. Snicked.
It would be good, wouldn't it? Be a git, though, when you want to have a shave or...
Thing is, right, I would stand there and I'd have to physically say the word snicked. When I hit snicked.
Yeah, it's... Yeah.
I can't think of anybody else. There's that blue bloke who I don't know who he is, that... Blue furry. I don't know anything about the Marvel characters.
The fluffy wolf bloke. Yeah.
Yeah, who's being played by Fraser, whatever his name is, the actor.
Kelsey Grammer, is it?
Yeah,
that's his name.
Yeah, but it's a CGI character, or at least he at the end of the Marvels movie with all the three different Ms. Marvels.
Yeah.
There's Captain Marvel, Ms. Marvel, and the other one whose name I can't remember.
Yeah.
Who was Captain Marvel's friend. How she got the Marvel power. I can't remember how. I got lost in that one. I was like, hang on, how did she get Marvel power? She was Captain Marvel's friend. What? She gets stuck in an alternative universe where it's the blue bloke and her mother. But her mother isn't her mother, and her mother's an Avenger or some an X-Man. I don't know. It got very confused. I got lost at that point.
Oh, you'd lost the will to live, had you, mate?
No, I just kind of got lost in the story because I'd obviously missed something somewhere. And I don't know enough about Marvel lore, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening now. I don't know enough about the Marvels. So, I find it very interesting, though, that the whole point of the Avengers was going to be the Kang storyline, but they can't do that now.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Because the actor was done for beating up his girlfriend.
Oh, right. Okay. Awkward subject. Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah, and he's like, he's not part of the Marvel thing anymore. So he's like, we can't do Kang anymore. So we're going to move on and do somebody else. They might get Doctor Doom. That'd be good. Yeah. So they're probably all sitting there going, "Oh, crud! Now we've got to change everything now."
Yeah, deservedly so.
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, it's like, I don't know. They have to make sure they're as good and also as humorous as... Because, like, things like Thor... I love, like, characters like Kang.
Yeah.
Well, not Kang. Korg. Like, Thor's mate Korg, who's the one made out of rocks. Is so adorable. He's so funny.
Yeah.
Because it's Taika Waititi doing the voice. He's like, oh, I'm going to get you onto this spaceship, if you don't mind. I love that voice so much. And he's just a great character. Very light-hearted. I hope they keep it light-hearted and not serious.
That's the key, isn't it? You know, keep it as intended. Don't ruin it.
There's a thing in Far Cry 3. If you play Far Cry 3, they've got all these like NPCs on your side. These Rakyat warriors.
Yeah.
These soldiers, and they've got various like voice actors with sort of New Zealandy accents or Maori accents.
Oh, right, yeah.
And one of them sounds just like Taika Waititi because he's like, we will clear this land of pirates. It's just like, every time he says it, I'm like, that's such a great voice.
Sort of voice you want reading you a story, isn't it? It's like, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I can do that, but I'll try. Elder says, I watched a film called Titanic 2 on Prime the other night. That's so bad, it's good.
Really? See, my boy likes doing that. He saves all the bad movies into...
Make sure he's watched If he hasn't watched Battlefield Earth, he's in for a treat.
Last time I watched him, he was watching a film called Five-Headed Shark. He's seen Lava-Antula. That's another good one, which is basically a volcano erupts, but instead of lava, it's tarantulas.
He'll have probably already watched Sharknado and things like that.
Yeah, he's got all of them Sharknado films. He loves that really bad movies, you know.
Yeah, really bad premise. Well, because Winnie the Pooh is now public domain.
Yeah.
There's all these films coming out now with this like different Winnie the Pooh universe where it's all dark and evil.
Yeah.
Like they're releasing a new film of Bambi, but Bambi's like this sadistic man thing that kills everybody.
It's got to the point now where as soon as he finds out the studio that done it, he's like, oh yes, this is going on the B list.
Tell him to watch Battlefield Earth if he hasn't already.
He's got that.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it?
Yeah.
There's some film with Walter Koenig that involves the moon, and it was so bad I could only ever get about half an hour into it before just giving up.
Where he did his degree on film, a lot of it was required viewing.
Oh, dear me.
So he had to watch Battlefield Earth. Yeah, and he was like, Dad, he said, I thought I'd seen every bad movie there was, but he said, it's another planet.
Edward Leonard says, I'm done, ladies. I'll have to go, but I'll watch the rest on catch-up.
Take care, Edward. Lovely to see you in, mate. We're just talking rubbish anyway now, mate, so you're not missing much. So I did there.
I think we'll be finishing soon anyway, but we'll see you soon.
Absolutely. I'm thoroughly enjoying doing these little dudes.
Yeah, you are. You haven't noticed because you've been kind of quiet tonight and sticky out tonguey.
Yeah, it's just different, isn't it? It's nice to get back painting something, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
I do like a bit of brush painting.
I've not done a great deal, but I've been painting some of the base colours for the clothing, so on my little rat dudes. But it does take a long time just because they're so small. And I'm working with all the details.
I'm at that stage where you think you've done all the details, and then you spot micro detail that you can do, and it's like, yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that because once I've got all the base colours down, which is only like a few more to do, I've got the reds, the greys, a couple of bone colours, and then browns and stuff. It's just a wash and then highlights. So, and then I've got the other bits to do, the other dudes to do after these. But I'm enjoying it.
I'm at that point with it where I'm close to being able to do the glyphs on it.
Ooh.
Because I notice I haven't seen decals in this box yet. So you've got glyphs on the side of it there, see it?
Yeah, no, you have to do that yourself.
So there's little bits like that, and the same as the shutter door's got the same symbol on it up there.
Yeah, so, that's a freehand in that.
So even if there was decals, it's like, I kind of want to freehand it, to be honest with you.
I do love the striping you've put on that dozer blade. It looks really good.
You like that?
It looks heavy and chunky and metallic and industrial.
It's not the best paint job, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't pretend it is, but I'm having fun.
And it is such that rust grey, Fenrisian grey and stuff. And Fang, they are such great colours for doing nice weathering and stuff. They just look nice and dirty.
But it's just ready now to start having shades and washes put on it. You know, it's getting to that point. I've been in and done a little bit round here and down the sides there, but it's now getting to that wishy-washy stage. I don't want to go too dark. But, and of course, I've done the windows as well at the front there.
Oh, yeah.
Just started doing them, so I've got a little bit of white scar just to put on there, just put a little tint down the bottom. I've got to the Euphorian Greys stage of it, which just needs a little bit of pizzazz, but no, I'm quite chuffed with it, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, it's got the screens in there, it's got his LCD started. I
had great fun painting my little Gene Stealer's buggy thing, so
hopefully folks in the chat can see where I'm going with it. I haven't glued this geezer in yet, purely and simply because he stands in front of the shutter door, and I've got to go in there and paint a glyph on it. So there's no point in me
there will
gluing
be a
him.
pain anyway, wouldn't it?
Painting
him when he's in there will be a pain anyway.
So I haven't done his boots and that yet, but I've got the glyph to do on the shutter door. But I'm enjoying about a little bit of paintery on the Goliath there. He's been a while.
Painting's fun.
Yeah, like I say, I've been doing airbrushing this week. Fox has seen the Mercedes that I airbrushed.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to have the 2K clear applied to it yet. Fox already had thought that I'd polished it, but I haven't.
Yeah. He was like, it needs a 2K on it. I'm like it's not shiny enough.
It's that's just the paint, that is, but it's got a nice candy underlay that's done similar to what I did before with the sparkling silver, but also the gold again, because it just adds a little bit on the edges for me. It just appeals to me doing it that way.
It's just a fantastic colour as well.
But
Elder M says, got some pigments this week. Finally going to try my hand at weathering on the big boy build.
Oh, nice one, mate. Look forward to that. Is that going to be your first weathering job, mate?
Oh, yeah. Jeff Light says, I think it's time for me to head up the wooden hill to Sleepyland, so I'll catch you all later. Take care and stay safe, everyone.
No worries, Jeff. We're coming off at past anyway, mate, so I'm just going to clean me brush. And
Bobbin says, will there be
Ushabty-bone?
Yeah, a bit of Ushabty-bone.
I love it when Duncan says Ushabty-bone.
The funniest thing I remember with Duncan was nipple.
Nipple.
So funny.
When he was painting the big thingy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The rain demon thing. He says yes. LWM says yes. It'll be his first model. It is worth weathering.
Yeah. Oh, good for you, mate. Yeah, you'll have fun, mate. That's the key. Weathering is fun. And if you get to that point where you're saying, oh, do I need to do any more? That's the point. Just to stop, put it to one side, do something else, and then come back to it.
Yep.
But yeah, so there you go, folks. That's Festa's attempt at a little Goliath that's been started tonight, or carried on tonight.
It's very nice.
There you go. Have you seen my Goliath? And again, if he's watching this back, a big thanks to Cy Reynolds for sending me this, because he sent me an epic collection of Warhammer stuff to build and paint, and I couldn't thank him enough. And
I've still got the kill rig he sent me to build, actually.
Absolutely. So yeah, there you go, folks. Hopefully you're liking where I'm going with that. If you don't like it, tough. Sorry, but
I thought you'd already done the washes on that. It looks nice and contrasty and detailed. And
no, it's not. That's literally just rust grey, the Fang and Fenrisian blended together.
On the dry brushing and stuff.
With
nice
lighter in the middle. It's had a little bit of Agrax just around the panel lines and then feathered in. But it's like I was saying to you earlier, I don't want to go too dark. I want it.
No, It wouldn't. You don't want to do an all-over wash because that would ruin it, wouldn't you? You want to do the subtle washes.
Yeah, I'm just going in and pin washing it almost because the box art, it's actually lighter than what mine is, but I thought that was a bit too light for my liking.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons I love that kind of dry brushing over rust effects is you get a kind of instant weathering anyway.
Don't forget, I've got to chip it yet.
Oh, God, yeah, that's true. All that chipping, chip.
You know, it's not had no chipping done yet, so... But no, I'm having fun with it. Subtle is working. I'm liking the colour. Just a little bit more agrax around some of the panel lines, Reichland, sorry. And I think I'll leave it at that. I'll do me glyphs and get them done. And then it'll be going around starting the chipping, folks.
Chipping. And will you take 6 weeks to do the chipping like me?
Probably. Because it's just going to be done a bit here, a bit there, and a bit there. I don't know what I'll be doing next Friday on the Frolic. It might be putting the Merc together. I might do a bit more doof wagon, or I might pull the Rogue all Dawn out. I might even do the Harlequins.
Whatever takes your little fancy, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the beauty. I'm putting all the projects, especially the Warhammer stuff, on a shelf of to be painted. So I can just spin around and grab something different each week. So
yeah, that's the beauty of Daz.
There you go, folks.
Well, so far tonight, like I said, I've painted the red bits on those 5 dudes. I've only got 15 more to do in about 6 different colours.
Yeah.
So I've got another 3 months.
No, it'll take as long as you want, mate. Yeah, the dates...
I'll have finished these by the time the new models come out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but that's the beauty of it, isn't it? You can take as long as you want with it.
Yeah. I am enjoying them, though. They're so tiny. I didn't enjoy painting the Sister of Battle that I did for Nim. Because they're like human scale, and that was horrible to paint because they were so tiny and fiddly. But these, they're kind of just fun because they're just...
Well, your painting technique works on figures of that scale, doesn't it? And
yeah, and these are all like rags and organic shapes rather than the Battle Sister who had like armor and stuff on it. I like painting squishy things.
You're a big squishy.
Well, thank you very much.
And of course, you're
a bigger squishy.
Squig off to put together. Might dig him out next week, actually, and start assembling him on the show.
I've got 3 to do.
I think he's on that shelf just there. I'll dig through the shelf because I've got to have a bit of a move round during the week. And
I'm the idiot that bought 3.
Go on.
No, go on.
No, I can't remember what I was going to say now. Anyway, mate.
You were going to have. You said I'll have a move around. I think you were going to say.
Yeah. Carry on.
I was going to say, I'm the idiot that bought 3 squiggles and I've got no experience at pinning things. So that's going to be fun.
Oh, you'll be all right with that, mate.
I don't believe in anything but diving in feet first.
Yeah, I mean, I should be doing a combination of pinning and using the UV glues. So, yeah.
I think I've got some 2-pot epoxy glue, but I've never used that.
Oh, mate, if it's the 2 on the tube, just press it like a syringe. Mix it together. Done. That's a point. I've got some 2-part epoxy somewhere. If that's the case, then I'll mix a load up and we can epoxy together.
We can epoxy together. Well, I've got to clean it. I've cleaned all mine up. I've just not cleaned them up mould lines wise yet. I've washed it.
Yeah, I need to find my epoxy because it's a brand new pack, so it can't be far away. Which means I've cleaned up and put it somewhere safe, haven't I?
Yeah, mine was a brand new pack 2 years ago when I bought it.
Yeah, I've put it somewhere safe. Why can I feel me ordering another one? Damn it.
Yeah, you'll find the other one as soon as you will receive the one you ordered.
Oh, that's perfectly the norm, mate. I've got a box and I think it's in there.
If you ever lose something and you want to find it, order a new one.
Oh, I've done that before. I couldn't find hammer once. Went and done the job I needed to. Went to put the hammer away and there in the drawer was 2 hammers.
Yep. It's like, I can't find my car in the car park. I'll order a new one. There it is. Got you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have a looky, Lou. But yeah, so I might even dig that out, actually, because, that'll give me an idea then to shape the tail section that I'm going to build and start doing that, because I've got enough milliput to last me forever, so...
Yeah, thanks. Oh, the other day when I ordered 2 pots of Tamiya Extra Thin and I accidentally ordered 2 pots of Tamiya Fast Extra Thin.
Yeah.
Which I'm never going to use because I hardly ever use the pot. I've got about a day after I've realised that mistake and I've now got 2 extra pots of Tamiya Fast Extra Thin. I found 3 pots of Tamiya Extra Thin.
Oh, no.
in a drawer. I'm like, oh,
See, I'm lucky that cupboard just there that the monitor's on is my stock cupboard. So in there is everything. That probably is where my two-part epoxy is, but yeah. So whatever I've got on the bench, there's always a couple in the cupboard above there. So yeah,
yeah.
I always got a replenishment.
A little quick life hack for people: if you use the regular Tamiya glue as well as the extra thin, if you get a spare extra thin lid, put it on the thick cement because you get the small brush.
Yeah.
I can't get it open now because I got sick of trying to glue like arms onto figures with the big, massive, thick brush.
Yeah, it's a slight ache, isn't it?
Yeah, so I got one of the spare Tamiya extra thin glue brushes and put that on. Makes life so much easier.
Absolutely. I keep all the bottles spare because I decant my lacquers into them.
Yeah, they've got a use for something, haven't they?
You know, so I end up with a little bottle with a brusher in. So if I scratch a model or ding it, I've got a little extra thin pot, you know, of that particular colour. All right, you end up with a rack full of bottles with little bits in it, but you never know.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, go into any body shop, that's normal. Yeah,
if you're not using it, just decant it into an old Tamiya jar and use the bottle for something else. But
yeah,
it's got me out of a hole many a time, mate.
And you can't knock glass bottle, glass bottle.
Absolutely. Put a Citadel paint in there and have a little brush up. What of one of your most commonly used Citadel paints? It's ideal, isn't it?
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. And on that note, we'll love and leave you and come off air and let you do your thing. I've got to go and update my Amazon store because why not?
Yep.
So I'll put the brushes, these little eyeliner brushes that I've got in Claptrap. There you go, Jeff. Just for Jeff. Look, Claptrap. Oh!
Minion!
Oh! Even got the wires on his arms. Got to finish him.
Stairs!
And, yeah. No! And I did brush paint warning on the front as well because got to chip him yet properly.
Yep.
There you go.
Can't go wrong with a bit of Claptrap.
So, yeah. And I've still got 250 sat there. It's like...
Yeah, I've got 100.
And it's funny, they're supposed to be disposable, but we clean them out, don't we? So I'm still using the original one.
Like I said, I've had this one for about 3 months now. I did make the mistake of ordering a pack of 100 of the white tip ones, but they weren't brushes. They're like little foam.
I know the ones you mean, yeah.
And they're rubbish. It's like, yes, I threw them away. Well, I've kept them and thrown them away, but I don't use them.
I did it with the little makeup pads, you know, that you use with your Tamiya weathering powders. I ordered a big box of them. There's something like 500 of the things in there. You know,
they are quite. Yeah, because you get them in your Tamiya set, but then you do that and the end pings off and you're like, well, that's broken.
The missus is like, I worry about you with all this makeup-related stuff. Boss, it's for the hobby, love. She don't mind because she got half of them anyway, so she's happy.
Jeff says, Claptrap, yay.
Yeah, it was payback for all them brushes I nicked off of her side anyway.
Yeah, you'd have told her about those.
Yeah, she knows.
Luckily, you've never mentioned them on the live stream.
No, that's how she knows, mate. She was like, oh, that's where they went, is it? Damn it.
Yeah, you were like, I must learn.
You gave me them, love. She said, no, I didn't. I should be having now.
You gave. Yeah, the fact that you said, I nicked these from H in the live stream didn't give it away at all.
No, that's it. She said, really? She said, come on. Right, folks. Well, we're going to love and leave you.
Yes.
I'll be back on Sunday at 2 p.m. for a bit of a Sunday brunch at the bench. So get your gallery working. If you've got stuff to put in the gallery, feel free.
Yes.
We'll be back for a generic E-Models Monday, won't we, where it's the gang of 3.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back again Wednesday for E-Models doing... our thing, won't we, on the Models Wednesday?
Yeah.
So
you're doing your little diorama, I'm doing my Lord Croak.
Absolutely, folks. So, yeah. So we'll be back to normal next week, streaming on our normal schedule, folks.
Normal.
Until then, thanks for your continued support. It is massively appreciated. Thanks for keeping us company, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.
Take care, everybody. Adios, amigos.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I used them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while